let's do a cheers to the Sobeys and Safeway Liquid Beer for the podcast.
We ride again.
I love you guys.
Careful, that cake's hot.
Check-in, come on, let's go. It's the AM Nasty Big Hello. It's that static AM radio. It's the Play Alpha Nielson Show. Let's go. Tune in, even my wife.
Mommy likes too.
And those Macromala intros are cutting like a knife. Hey, it's Mitch texting in. He's your dealer for life. Let's crack at 6 o'clock. I'm logging with some sirloin bites. Nom, 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 nom.
Great morning to you and a happy hump day here as a Wednesday installment of the Nielson Show kicks off on Edmonton Sports Talk. The Nielson Show presented by Weiss Johnson EST, title sponsor Play Alberta. Dave Jamieson, once again in for Dustin Nielsen. How are you doing?
Good. Thank you for asking. That's
no
an excellent first question.
You love the question.
Yes.
Lieutenant Eric with you, and YouTube Trev as well, keeping the show on the rails this morning. A good show prepared here, of course. That is the first of a back-to-back last night. Oilers out in Utah taking on the Mammoth, and in San Jose tonight. So we'll recap last night, get you set for tonight. Jays continue to fall. Raptors pick up a big win. Masters Week. And so much more. It's all happening.
It's all happening.
And it's already happening in the Paris Jewelers inbox, Dave.
Yeah.
It's the Bling Box. It's the Bling Box. It's the Paris Jewelers inbox. And they got lots of fancy shiny things.
Look at this, look at that.
Not just for the ladies. They got jewelry for men too. The ring box, the bling box, the Paris Jewelers inbox.
That's right, ParisJewelers.com. You can shop online or one of their shops in-store, West Ed, Kingsway, Londonderry, Sherwood Park Mall, St. Albert Centre, Canadian and family-owned. Flexible payment options available, such as do not pay for 1 year. Check out PJ's today. That number to text, 780-218-9999. Brandon from Windsor chimes in at 4:39. Tristan Jari should have caught a lift with Artemis 2 and got dropped off on the dark side of the moon.
Come on now. What part of his game did you not like?
Either the moon or firing him into the sun. It's really one of the two. But an interplanetary text with
What
Tristan
part of his
Jari.
game did we not like?
Okay. Well,
Tube?
there's the question, Brandon from Windsor. And Tube. Oh, he's...
Good old Tristan.
Yawning.
He's tired of
Stretching.
Tristan. I feel like last night he let in some goals that it's just like he should have had that one. He should have had that one.
The Keller shot?
If
it hits you in the face.
You could argue. Well, he went down a little early, and then Keller kind of got him while he was. I don't know. The boys were talking about it on the postgame show last night, so they were kind of 50-50 on that one. But the shorthanded goal for sure. I feel like he should have had that one. I just haven't been really saying those same comments with Connor Ingram and Ned. I'm like, oh, he did have that one.
You got
know?
a 3-1 lead on the road.
Yeah.
And you blow it.
You blow it. So
Yeah.
they weren't the greatest in front of him, but I just feel like he was.
That's where I go.
They get a point milked in the Pacific Pillow Fight, or Slumber Party, as some people are calling it now. But with the Golden Knights looming. Vegas also getting a win last night out in Vancouver, 2-1 over the Canucks. They've now won 4 in a row. The Oilers 6-3-1 in their last 10, but it looks like the Ducks, they continue to fade, and the Golden Knights are turning it on. That's 11 goals shipped now in 2 games, both to Vegas and
That's how you get ready
Utah.
for the playoffs.
2 potential first-round opponents. Well, probably either one of Vegas or Edmonton finishing first. Now, I'm not going to call it yet, but still a lot of runway to go with 4 games left in the regular season.
That's a lot of runway
for all of these teams. Well, given the tightness here, there's a lot can change, right?
Okay.
None of them have clinched a spot in the talking about first.
So
and
either
Pacific.
you like this, or you think it says something about the quality of the teams involved.
You love it. I think.
I don't mind it. Like
the
I'm not-
Oilers right now in the. Looking in the Metropolitan, they would be like just divisionally they're far down. Well, we don't need to go over that. Like Central, obviously.
We know where they'd be.
Metropolitan, yeah, the
Some
Atlantic.
cases on the outside looking in.
Oh, for sure.
Yes.
Specifically in the East right now. But they're out. They're in the West, and that's so. I know Tube Socks. I think I saw him in the Nasty Chat. Nice to see the boys secure a very important point last night.
Sure.
You take what
That's
you can
silver
get.
lining stuff.
Tip of your cap to Utah as well. They're in the mix. They're firmly in the.
Did I not say yesterday on this show I'd like to see that series?
They have one more regulation win than the Oilers, even on points, with a game in hand. But yeah, that'd be a fun series. Utah starts Karel Vejmelka, and the Oilers go hold our beer. We'll raise you a Tristan Jarry. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll be breaking down the game. Let's set up the show for you here. We've got a morning after show for Prolux Lighting.
Yeah.
That's coming up just at around 6:30 today. That's good for the Italian Center shop. We'll hit that at 6:40. Jamie McLennan, as always on Wednesdays, will be by at 7:05. Play Alberta Early Bird at 7:20. 3 Advice at 7:30. Legal analyst Eric Macramala, perhaps at 7:40. Kind of easy trivia. 3 questions to many. That kicks off the 8 o'clock hour. 8:20, weekly rankings of power. Ryan Rishaug from the Got Your Back pod. He'll be by at around 8:30. An Orange and Blue breakfast, Dave, to get you set for Sharks and Oilers tonight. 8 o'clock puck drop out in the tank.
Celebrating.
And then a Marmot Basin Snow Report and the wrap for William Huff. So a very busy show. Not a lot of time to waste, in which we'll probably
Virtually
waste
none.
time, and
Yes,
we already
we
have
will.
wasted enough right now.
Yeah.
Let's get into your morning announcements, and they are brought to you by this morning Rundle Park Short Course. It's opening soon. With affordable rates for juniors, seniors, and adults, the walkable Par 58 course is a great family-friendly atmosphere. Perfect for all skill levels, but ideal for shorter hitters and those just learning the game. Snag a smash burger at Shorty's after the round. Check them out on Instagram, Rundle Park SC. Time to wet my whistle.
This is happening right now.
Do it. Bring the camera
This
in.
is happening right now.
Yeah.
Let's bring it in tight.
Tight shot on the can.
Okay,
Yeah.
wait.
Yesterday, I confessed I've never had a Monster Energy drink. I went down to my grocer yesterday. I picked up a Monster Energy. It is the original black and green type of can, but 0 sugar. So I don't think that's like I think the original had sugar in it.
Yes,
Yes.
you did.
It's got a pretty lengthy right up here in the
Lots.
back. People have been blowing up our inbox for years asking for a 0 sugar Monster. We got it, but this ain't soda pop, dude.
Dude.
Making
Buddy,
a 0
buddy.
Hey, bud. Making a 0 sugar drink that's good enough to earn the Monster M ain't that easy.
Yeah.
Finally, with a retooled energy blend, new sweetener system, and after hundreds of failed flavors, we absolutely got it right. Monster 0 Sugar helps fight fatigue, improve mental performance and focus, and motivates you to work, play harder. So generally, you feel pretty damn good. 0 Sugar Monster Buzz.
Sounds like something I'd write.
Does it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Not very creative.
Grok.
Interesting smell.
AI is really taking over.
You
You know
smelling
that.
it?
Tell the listeners. Yeah, that's something, eh?
Yeah, a bit of a pucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like Red Bull.
Sure.
What was I?
It is.
It is Red Bull?
Well,
But
it is kind of like.
I
Red Bull.
feel if I probably picked up one of those fruit punch flavors or something else.
Oh, God,
whatever
that
the coffee
smells.
was. It smells worse than the smell yesterday, hey?
Hey,
yeah,
Stoff, finish that off.
Mind if I do?
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably first and probably last, but I will devour the can. I paid money for it, Dave. I got to
Sure.
finish it off. I can't. But that'll be kind of my drink today. Let's see
All
how
right.
I'm racing by the end of the show.
Good luck to you.
As mentioned, Oilers picking up a point last night. They are still tops of the Pacific on 88 points, alongside the Vegas Golden Knights, Dave, who
Sure.
a tidy 2-1 victory. Canucks managing only 11 shots on net. He's got that team playing the defense that Jamie McLennan, our first guest of the morning, was talking about last week. We're here. We all
Yes.
laughed when,
Yes, you did.
when he was appointed.
Openly.
We laughed.
I didn't.
And I even made fun of you a bit. Mm-hmm. You said,
Remember,
though,
and I
that
haven't
this,
forgotten. I've
what'd
got
you
the
call
receipts.
the defibrillator.
Yeah, the defibrillator.
The defibrillator.
Yeah.
More than a defibrillator now, I think. I think he's put a stint into
They
that
are
team.
back to
Yeah,
life.
they've got a pacemaker in there, and they're just...
Damn Knights.
You got a lot of...
Yeah.
So 2-1 for the Golden Knights. Ducks, 43 shots on net, but shutout at home 5-zip by the Nashville Predators last night. Huh?
That can't happen.
So the Ducks,
did.
they've now lost 4 in a row. So Oilers on 88, Knights on 88, Ducks on 87, all through 78 games. The Mammoth and the Predators are your wild card teams this morning. The Kings a point back of the Preds. And the Sharks, 3 back now with a pair of games in hand of that final wild card spot. And hey, the Kraken lost again. So
Sure,
there's
but
that there.
we don't care, and neither do they.
No, I
Yeah.
think they care less than we do.
That's exactly.
So, yeah, taking a look. Oilers will set you up for Oilers Sharks. We will break down that game, though, against the Mammoth coming up just at around 6:30. What else is going on in sports, Dave? I think there's a baseball team that we need to talk about here. 4-1 your final. Jays dropping another one at home to the Dodgers.
We're behind you, Blue Jays, every step of the way until today.
Yeah, Schneider gets the boot, right?
Yes, God, he
more
was hot.
Terrible injury news yesterday from Keegan Matheson.
Yes.
His account is getting a tough to see those replies to some of his tweets, but he's doing the honest work. He's got to report on the
He's
news.
there reporting, man.
Got to
Don't
report on the
blame
news.
him.
Schneider kicked 6 straight losses for the Jays, just 11 runs during that time, 4 and 7 overall. Cody Ponce, he'll have knee surgery next week, of course, right ACL sprain.
Right.
Recovery estimate 6 months.
Kirk.
Kirk got a screw
Yes.
in his thumb, 6 weeks for him. Addison Barger to the IL. It's, but hey, you get this out of the way. It's a long season, Dave, as we know.
There's only about 150 something left.
Yeah, like Ponce 6 months.
good.
I don't know, but for the rest, it'll be Ohtani and Cease as that series wraps up later this afternoon. First pitch 107 down in the T-dot. We'll look if the Jays. Hey, we called it, boys, 1-2 over the series, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I loved it. Yeah,
He's
We did
We're-
call it. Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
2
Yeah, that
hours
was-
and
that was a
44
tough
minutes
one
left,
last
Trev.
night.
looked like Tiger in the back of the police car. They were
He's
just
coming down.
That was
from,
tough, man.
Yeah.
They're getting on base yesterday in the 7th. Bases loaded,
I don't know a lot about baseball, but you got to bring them home.
0
You got
outs,
to come home.
and nothing.
There.
Runners
And you're like,
stranded.
oh,
I think.
You have 50,000 on their feet. Okay, just bring some. So that was tough. It's oddly familiar to not last year, but the year prior. I remember just the talks of they can get on base. They can get on base. They have no problems getting on base. And if you remember, they just couldn't bring anyone in. You can't bring them home. That's what they did that year. And right now, that's kind of what we're seeing. So yeah, frustrating loss.
Bones text in no longer Canada's team.
No.
Well,
They are.
They are?
Yes.
Well, I think the Toronto Raptors have to be
Well, by default,
playing their way into that conversation.
Raptors are as
just
well.
like the Leafs are Canada's team.
No.
When they're good.
When they're
Anybody's
good.
Canada's team if you're good.
Exactly.
We only take the best. Scotty Barnes, 25 points. Raptors routing the Heat 121-95, which is big for that postseason seeding, if you will. As the Raptors now, let's just bring up the East. 6th in the East. So kind of continuing that climb. 5-5 in their last 10. The only problem with them is teams around them have been playing good ball as late as well. So they got to keep things going. But the Raptors will be Leafs out of the picture. Jays slowly playing their way out of the picture. But now we can all...
Leafs out of the picture for now.
They're never truly out of it, I guess.
Yes.
But we can all rally around the Raptors now, right? That'll be our new shiny thing that we can.
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah.
No,
I mean, I'll confess, I follow
boys.
them, but I don't feel the emotional connection
fair
that I
enough.
used to.
Not like with the Jays.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I've been earlier in the season, they were kind of on it. I was definitely watching them, but like the Jays last year, they're just such a fun team to cheer for. I don't know, just with the players
Well, because
that the
they
Raptors.
were good.
Well, they were good, but they're
Yes.
just such a likable team. Like
Sure.
I just from. Yeah, just they all talked about it. I couldn't disagree with that. I loved the vibe was just excellent. And just for the Raptors team, back when they won it, that was just such a fun team to cheer. Like Kyle Lowry, he was awesome. Ibaka, like they all, Siakam, and of course Kawhi Leonard.
You don't consider this one fun.
They're just
No,
they're
it's
just
not.
like
He likes-
Brandon Ingram.
He likes nice.
And then Scotty Barnes. Like I don't know. They're not quite there yet.
I get all of that. but
Grady Dick is
Grady Dick.
I have
on
more
the
respect
commercial.
for teams that don't like each other, that win. And it's
you
happened.
bring it together in the clubhouse and you're out there for a professional
Right.
doing a job. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, maybe you will fall in love by depending on how far they make it in the
He's young.
postseason. We'll all
Tube is young.
yeah. Let's just take this steady and slow, one game at a time. See
Oh,
where it
God.
kinda
Really? One game at a time?
goes.
Is that what we're
from
doing?
here. Well, this is a budding romance now, and you got to
Yeah.
can't propose after the first
That's fair.
couple of games or regular season. They must lead the league in innings ended with the bases loaded. Dex says
Yes.
in regards to the Jays. Yes, but again, it's the getting them home.
They have a hard time with that right now.
I'll leave you two with words and let you draw your own conclusions.
Sure.
Spruce Grove Corey says Bouchard and back check.
That was the shorthanded goal last night. Schmaltz. That's the one I was
Yes.
kind of so yeah.
Is that the most egregious?
you want Jari to have that one? That whole power play was just a debacle.
Right.
And then Bouchard, I
want to see that. I wish I could point at you and say, bring it up. I'd like
Yeah.
to see the angle on that again.
because it was
yeah.
he
Like-
was thinking, it could be a potential 2-on-1. That's clearly what he was thinking.
Of
'cause
course.
he didn't go straight to Schmaltz. He kind of waited in front, and then last second he was like, "Oh, there's no way, buddy's catching up." So I'm gonna try and get in there now, and it was way too late. So just on the right headspace.
And
there.
therein is the rub on Bouchard
Just
for
like
many.
that. Yeah, and then
You love everything about his game until that moment.
Until the parts that you don't love come up, and then people
and then
will,
that's where
people
you
will
go.
give you stats on a defensive metric and be like, "Oh, look
Oh,
where
yeah.
he is. He's near the bottom of the league," and then be like, "That's
Right.
why he doesn't
That
make the
goal
Olympic team.
was
That's why he doesn't do
all
this."
over
And then the
Twitter.
next game he'll go out and score a couple goals and play really well offensively, and people say, "That's why he should have been on the Olympic team." And look at these offensive
It's
numbers.
a tug of war right now.
Right.
Every night. They're like, "Oh, please end the Norris discussion right now."
Right
but
now.
Tonight he's probably going to have 3 points, 4 points, look lights out. And people are like, "Yeah, well,
See?
how about this?"
Canada would have won a gold.
Kind of. Yeah, it's getting tiring.
Dusty is very much alive. He's scheduled to be back tomorrow,
Sure.
apparently.
Yes,
We will,
that's what we're told.
That's what I said last week for Monday.
Yes.
So we'll just, as Trevor with his love with the Raptors, we'll take it day by day. How's that sound?
Of course.
You are playing in the Paris Jewelers inbox this morning for a Royal Pizza text of the day. Of course, that was handed out to Mike the Michigan fan yesterday. Vance Van Vandervan, a good EST legal analyst and guy who once asked David Blaine if he came up with the nickname Mind Freak after making the Statue of Liberty disappear, then yada, 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 defeated the Dark Wizard to return to his dimension. Eric Macramala. So get your Macramala intros in. We'd love to see them, and it might get you the Royal Pizza and text of the day. But Brandon from Windsor, you told me to shortlist it. Jari catching a lift with Artemis 2.
Like it.
Dropped off on the dark side of the moon. 4:39 this morning. Let's see if Brandon from Windsor can finally go the distance and complete.
6:39 his time.
Oh, true. Yeah. Well, if he indeed is, maybe he's from Windsor, but
Oh, we don't know.
I don't know.
We don't know.
So yeah, get him in today. Royal Pizza still making it great. RoyalPizza.ca is where you can order. Or check out one of their 14 locations in the Edmonton area. You place an order this morning, it arrives by supper, it's perfect, or lunch, or whatever it is. Spicy vegetarian on now as well, loaded with mushrooms, green peppers, red onions, green olives, and jalapenos, drizzled with a mango habanero sauce. Nasty Chat is humming along. Thank you very much for the support and the viewing this morning. Hammer that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. As well, the iHeart TuneIn Radio app, the source, EdmontonSportsTalk.com. And a great morning to everyone listening on 95.7 Cruise FM, where my neighbor, I found out yesterday, she listens on the way into work.
Really?
She drives into work once a week, and she'll turn on the Cruise and listen to the thing. But Ray Chambers as well, old building maintenance man. He likes to get that on there, and
He could work that HVAC.
he can work that.
Yes.
It was great to see Ray yesterday as well.
Good man.
Timber Woodsman says Weird Al Wednesday. Yeah, well, maybe a little Weird Al will be sprinkled into the show.
Wasn't Weird Al touring not that long ago?
Yeah, he's supposed to come here or something. I think Dusty was planning on going. I don't. Might be happening later in the summer or even the fall. I don't know.
Or maybe it happened and we missed it.
Yeah. Could I be forgiven if I missed it?
Sure, yes, you could.
Fat Efron says, and then you saw the disgusted head shake that McDavid gave after that shorthanded goal. Was the head shake for Bouchard or was it for Jari? It's probably for himself. That's what Connor McDavid says.
I was going to say it was probably for himself. Like he
always
puck
does
up.
that.
Yeah, he gave the puck up a few times during the power play.
His visuals are usually he doesn't like it's
doesn't
usually
show
on
a
himself.
lot.
Yeah.
No, but when he does,
He's very Buddhist.
Yeah.
Right? Does not show outward
No,
most times, right?
That's one thing I wouldn't expect it tied into him, but who knows? I don't know.
Well, you don't know.
He's a very private man, and
You
maybe
don't
that
know the
is.
man.
Yeah,
You do
I
not know
clearly
the
do
man.
not know. Can the real Edmonton Oilers please stand up? Are they the team that played lockdown defense for 2 weeks, or the team that can't defend off the rush that we've
Both.
seen for 80% of the season? It's a great question, Hampton Steve. One that I wanted to relay to Jamie McLennan later on. You know, we
will.
Well, we've 4 games left in the regular season, and there are markers in the season that we'll ask one of our insiders or analysts, what is the identity? And that answer can change from one point of the season to the next. And
Injury.
Post-trade deadline, Christmas break, Olympic. What's the identity now? And Hampton Steve, again, are they that defensive lockdown?
No, again, they're not. They're not. They're trying
not yet.
to be.
Trying to be. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And maybe they are tonight.
What
do they have to do? Fly into Oakland or something? I was hearing last night on the broadcast. They got to fly into Oakland and then drive, or there's a.
Yeah, that's a thing.
But I heard Jack or Lou mention like a curfew or something. I may have been listening.
God, yeah, that would make sense that they would fly into Oakland and
there's a curfew in Oakland.
Well, I would expect there would be.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fellas, goal song for Doc Star by Nickelback. Well, pretty impressed by Doc's play last night, but I don't know if Doc Star.
Yeah, he looked good last night.
I don't mind him. I don't mind him. Doc Star, we'll put that into the mix.
Bit of physicality.
You like a little Nickelback, don't you?
Sure, I
Dave?
do.
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
A little physicality and a little Nickelback there. So we are coming to you as well from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen Studio. Should mention 3-piece bone-in chicken right now for just $8. Visit popeyeschicken.ca for more info on that. So yeah, we'll break down the Prolux Lighting Morning After Show, a deeper dive into last night, goal summary, 4th star, 38th stars, super stats, all that good stuff, and a Prolux Lighting bright light of the night as well. And then that's good for the Italian Center Shop, which I wanted to touch on the Masters again.
Could you? Yes, I know. What part would you
We're
like to
getting
talk
ever so
about?
closer. Well, the Canadians.
The food.
The food. There's only a couple of Taylor
Azaleas,
Connors and Mike Weir.
Azaleas, Jim Nance. What else?
The range.
Colton Dock is the 432nd player in Oilers history to score an NHL goal. Well,
That's why we brought you in. It's for the numbers and for the stats.
You wanted numbers.
Not
on
the
that
wowies
guy.
or the fancies,
No.
but you've got the milestones.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's address the elephant in the room. Norman the Combine says, did Dom actually give Hernan the go-ahead to come back to work today? I do believe it's the return of Hernan Salas today, right? From his
That's a good question.
From his sick vacation?
We'll see at 10 o'clock is usually when he arrives. Yeah, that's I was wondering the same thing. Will Dahmer let him come to work today? I don't know. I don't have that answer. It's sad.
Has Tristan Jarry played his last game as an Edmonton Oiler? There's no more back-to-backs. Balaneski points out in the Nasty Chat, too. And I was thinking of that last night. I was on the X, Dave, and a lot of people were saying kind of...
Rack that. Rack
Why you saying it? I'll text it.
Text of the day. Put that. That's so good.
That's an early
Front runner. Yes.
Front runner right there.
Legit question.
Yes.
EST legal analyst, a man who carries around pieces of crust to put on sandwiches on sides where no crust is present for him and others.
Okay.
Eric Macramella.
Sure,
we'll rack that as
granular.
well. But, what say you? Tristan Jarry, does he see the ice again in an Oilers jersey?
Come on.
780-218-9999. Look, no, everybody wants to fire him into the sun or let him slingshot around the moon this morning. Is it that or is it the defensive play? Again, 11 goals shipped in 2 games. Connor Ingram, we saw the game against Vegas. Now they're not the Mammoth, and the Mammoth are in Vegas. And as Trevor pointed out, some of the goals sometimes stylistically that go past Jarry aren't the same that go past Ingram. But what say you? I mean, do we even need to get? Are we done with the experiment of getting Tristan Jarry to find his game? Do we care if he does find his game at all at this point?
If we were to go to the listeners and the viewers, sub us, by the way.
Yeah.
They would say, no, don't care. No. They've seen enough. He can't get ready. This is as good as he's going to give you.
Ingram's
I don't
crease.
agree because they have to have 2 good or at the very least, capable goaltenders.
It's always good to have a bit of a back.
You think?
Yeah.
You think?
You think.
Conversation being had last night on the GCL Diesel post-game show was...
Nice plug. Good plug.
Yes, thank you. Is
Good.
Pickard going to...
come on.
Is that an option in the playoffs?
Well, he was playing really well before he got sent down.
Yes, he was.
So I remember,
He's done it before.
And he's well-liked.
Called upon in the playoffs. They don't ask.
Yes, he has.
Yeah.
So I don't know. There's a conversation to be had there. But aside from the goals from Jarry last night as well, he just looked lost, I thought. He wasn't reading the play at all that well. He bobbled the puck.
He had one
saves.
that was short-sided and went off the post, and it was just along the ice at one point. I think it was sometime in the first. And he didn't even break. He remained in his stance, and it just kind of it came in short side and just off the post and out. A really non-threatening shot.
Yeah.
But I don't know what he was.
I don't know, man. Yeah, there's a lot of that last night. I was
Seemed
what's
like he
going
was
on here?
elsewhere.
Yeah. There's a few plays I know. Something he's just bobbling the puck. It was just all-around mediocre performance.
Well, it's good we have the goaltender or former goaltender on later this morning at 7:05. We'll
That's
ask
a hell of a Zamboni, though.
That is the coolest.
That is the best thing I've seen in hockey in a while.
Yeah.
little kitschy.
Don't care. Don't care. I want
We
full
don't-
kitsch.
Does that start a trend?
Not here.
No? You don't think they're like,
I think here. A massive F-150.
it's just a big pickup.
F350.
tell me I'm wrong.
Dooley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As the
Don't
Zamboni.
stop.
What else would you have?
Don't stop.
If the Oilers were to do a Zamboni like that.
An oil drop.
Like just the drop looking like a...
Or
just
bring
this
back the
capsule.
oil rig and have a very tall Zamboni.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Right.
Or you just attach the derrick on the Zamboni and then just track
plop it up as a
Weld
hood
it
ornament.
on.
Yeah.
Because I thought that looked so cool. That was
A big
that was,
bobcat
that was
or
fun.
lynx. Eh?
Well, Lynx.
Hunter.
Hunter.
Links.
Just have him laying down on the...
There's a few options they can do.
780-218-9999. What would you like to see the Oilers do in a Mammoth type of Zamboni remix or play on the Utah Mammoth? 780-218-9999. Pro League Sliding Morning After Show coming up next. Let's hit a sports update here with YouTube Trev. And it is for Paramount Flooring. Are you ready to treat your feet?
Yes.
Visit them in store at 10707 184th Street on the West End or online, ParamountFlooring.ca. If you're listening on 95.7 Cruise FM, quick traffic update with Pauline Higgins. We'll be back breaking down the Oilers' overtime loss in Utah with your Pro League Sliding Morning After Show.
Make it 4 straight wins for the Mammoth in their first win ever against the Edmonton Oilers. Clayton Keller called the game with a 6-5 OT winner, but the Oilers are right back at it later tonight in the Shark Tank. Be sure to catch the GCL Diesel pre- and post-game shows with Tom Gazzola and Benny Thompson. Coverage starts at 7 with puck drop at 8. 10 other games from last night. The Senators keep their playoff hopes alive, defeating the Lightning 6-2. Canadians come back and win it in the shootout 4-3 over the Panthers, make it 4 straight under Tortorella for the Golden Knights, 2-1 against the Canucks. and the Flames couldn't hold on to their lead, falling 4-3 in overtime to the Stars. Just 2 other games on tap tonight. The Rangers host the Sabres, and Washington battles it out with the Leafs at 5:30. Over in baseball, where the Blue Jays have lost their last 6 after falling to the Dodgers 4-1. They cap off that 3-gamer later today. Dylan Cease gets the start for the Jays, while the Dodgers counter with Shohei Ohtani. First pitch at 1:07. With 14 other games on the schedule. Elsewhere from last night, the Yankees improved to 8-2 on the season, taking down the Athletics 5-3, and the Red Sox get by the Brewers 3-2. In basketball, the Raptors are back in the win column, 121-95 over the Heat, and the Thunder take down the Lakers 123-87. The Raptors have the day off only to play the Heat once again tomorrow, and just 7 games on tap tonight in the association. The Sports Update is brought to you by Paramount Flooring. From custom homes to small renovations, Edmonton's top builders and contractors rely on Paramount Flooring. Our in-house team handles everything from selections to completion, keeping projects on track and on time. Visit our showroom 7 days a week or at ParamountFlooring.ca. I'm YouTube Trev. You're up to date.
We built this Smitty. We built this Smitty on greasy. Built this Smitty.
This is Shaq, and you're listening to Edmonton Sports Talk.
Smitty on greasy gold. Everybody knows him. Best mullet in the league. You probably know that he never gets fatigued. Face first in the corner, scoring every night. So many young kids, Smitty's in our spotlight. He may not be a captain, but Smitty sure plays a role. So just remember, we built this Smitty. We built this Smitty on greasy gold. Smitty's always playing in the biggest games, but he'll never make it to the Hall of Fame. He may use his elbows.
Trying to pick you up a bit this morning. Another rendition of We Built This Smitty as Wednesday morning on the Nielson Show continues on. Dave Jamieson in for Dustin Nielsen, Lieutenant Eric, and YouTube Trev with you here as well, back on 95.7 Cruise FM, the iHeart, TuneIn radio apps, and of course on YouTube. Smash that thumbs up. I know it's a loss, but it's a point milked in that tight Pacific Division. Close to changing 100. Gotta love that. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hour 1 of the Nielsen Show, should mention as well, brought to you by Ewell, your power play specialists. Ewell, stop it. Ewell has the gear you need for your next electrical project with 3 Edmonton area locations. Plus, you can order online anytime at ewell.ca. That's EWEL, your Edmonton-based partner in power and source for all things electrical. Paris Jewelers inbox continues to get filled up with your thoughts on the game last night. Plus, your thoughts on what the Oilers could do creatively with their Zamboni moving forward.
I'll say it now. Thank you, Gary Bettman, for the overtime points.
And thank you for allowing teams to breathe and get creative with their Zambonis. Thank you for Utah. The gift.
Thank you for saving the Oilers in Edmonton.
Bettman, he's a giver.
Yes.
Ain't a taker.
Better than many people would give credit. That's what I'm going to say. Right here. Hot take.
RBM says, not a Mammoth take, but I miss the oil derrick. I'd love to see it back myself. Shovelhead says, if I remember correctly, during the 80s for a time, I'm sure the Oilers had kids riding the Zamboni as a promotion. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah, they did.
You know,
I wasn't here in the 80s, but I remember they, sure.
You could build like
now there's probably security, but the
Zammoth had
wear
a helmet, weld on a couple more seats, and be like a bus. Boys on the bus, they could call it. Yes. Boys on the Zamboni. And then Tabs, I think the clubhouse leader, just a Zamboni of Stauffer. So a giant mechanical Kind of like smoke
just
coming out of
ahead.
the ears, you know, and you're kind of
Yes.
like mad,
Yes.
you know, like
Truculence.
yeah.
Yes.
And
that's a good one.
Pizza Guy Justin says Savoy looked like SHIT last night, especially in OT.
whoa,
WTF?
whoa.
WTF was that? So
Whoa.
Pizza Guy Justin doing his Bruins fan Chris impersonation this morning.
Yeah,
Don't
what
do
happened
that.
there?
Well, let's. You want to dive in?
No.
No.
Tripping penalty, right?
Yeah.
What do we think of tripping penalties, guys?
And I watched
Some
it.
lazy penalty.
It was
Whoa.
It was weird. Like I watched that replay 3 times
Or 4.
Only 3.
because I honestly
'Cause he
don't
cares.
think
He
Savoy
cares.
touched him. I don't. Like it honestly.
Are you
looked-
calling embellishment?
Yes.
What?
I am. It
Soft
honestly,
league.
Well, it looked
Soft
like he
sport.
just. It looked like he just caught an edge. It didn't look like he like dove or anything. It looked like he just was falling. Just happened to fall.
Yeah.
You should have got up honestly and told the ref that
Well, and it
Yeah,
just.
that's what a hockey player would do, right?
to not give your team an advantage in a
Yes.
very important time of the game.
But then
yeah,
Savoy didn't like. He didn't argue or anything. So that's
He's
why I was
too
just
young.
like.
that's the tell.
But his. Yeah.
He's honorable. He'll
I
take
don't
the
know.
penalty even if it's
There's-
not a true penalty.
There's something about that. Nasties, what do you think?
Too much honor.
I watched that 3 times, man, and I got right close to my
What did
TV.
Louis say?
I don't know. I was too.
He only watched it. He didn't listen.
I
To it.
was
He was on
yelling.
mute.
I was
got
yelling.
it.
Let's get into your Prolux Lighting morning after show right now. Simplifying lighting with service. Simplifying lighting with service you can count on, covering all of Alberta. Visit Prolux.com. So, a great game for the neutral. Back and forth. JJ Peterka opens the scoring 153. Curtis Lazar bounces them right back a minute later,
Nice.
not even a minute later. His 4th of the season. A nice goal there, set up by Henrique and Ekholm. Connor McDavid. The McDavid goal got Jack out of his seat, and probably a lot of you.
Vintage.
44th of the year, assisted by Evan Bouchard, his 68th assist, and Tristan
Say
Jarry,
that again.
68th assist.
Say that again.
68th assist.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Tristan Jarry picking up the secondary assist on that, his first. As an oil. Then you had Ryan Nugent-Hopkins before the first period was out, extending the lead to 3-1, his 19th, assisted by Kasperi Kapanen. Second period, Nick Schmaltz midway through, getting the Mammoth within 1. Then it was Logan Cooley 5 minutes later, tying things up. Vasily Podkolzin, bam, answers right back. Bam, bam, a shot and a shot. Podkolzin back. 18 goals now for Podkolzin on the year, assisted by Nielson McDavid, who picks up his 84th assist of the campaign. And then that shorty, Nick Schmaltz, right before the end of the frame, evening things up at 4, heading into the third. Colton Dock, off his own rebound, giving the Oilers the lead. 5-4, 2 minutes in, his 4th of the campaign. Don't mind that line, Doc,
Yeah.
Frederick, Dickinson.
Yes, I like that line a lot.
I don't mind it.
I think Louis was calling it the crash line last night,
Oh,
or the smash or crash.
Is there an acronym or it was just crash?
No, that's the crash line.
yeah, the Colton.
we don't do.
He
We
said,
don't
and
do
we're calling
acronyms
this
anymore.
I think he even said,
We're not
"I'm calling
allowed
this
to.
the crash line."
He's calling it the crash line.
Because they just go in there and bang.
Well, you call it the bang line.
William Hung.
Suppose.
She bangs.
She bang. That could be the goal song
Yes.
for Colton Dock. We'll just play William Hung. He gets the Oilers up 5-4, 2 minutes in, and then Alexander Kerfoot midway through tying things up. They go to overtime. Of course, the Savoy trip leads to the Clayton Keller power play goal.
Here you
which
go again.
Seals the
with the trip.
well, it was a big moment and then it goes to our
Playoff ready teams need to find a way. Shorthanded in OT. You gotta figure that
okay.
out, dude.
Prolux Lighting morning after show. Big moment that happened. What was it for you last night? Because there were a few, and I know you can just easily go with the overtime goal. You can go with the trip. I'm going to take a pause.
Based on the backlash we're seeing in the inbox.
Yeah.
The decision to start Jarry. Even though I supported it yesterday, I knew that was going to happen. 'cause I
After the
know
first
these
period,
things.
to me, I had it written down the decision to start Kirill Vamelka for the Utah Mammoth.
Yes.
Like, I don't know what we
you've-
talked yesterday on the Orange and Blue Breakfast. I don't know why you would. The numbers scream out at you like,
You
do not
can't stand him.
Well, he hasn't had a good run against the Oilers this season.
Tusks up.
Yeah, tusks up indeed. So I'm going to take a pause. I'm going to go to the McDavid goal. It wasn't a big moment on the effect of the game, but boy, is beautiful. And if you want to pull positives out of the game last night, it was, as Trev said, vintage, from
vintage
Connor
McDavid.
McDavid. So I'm just going to go with a positive moment.
Well, that's nice.
It was big.
I will say
Yes.
he hasn't scored many goals like that this season. So it was nice to see. Like, I feel like when he was entering the league, the first
Back to front.
I mean,
Because
it's
you
tough to
hadn't
do.
seen
It's
it
tough to
before.
do. But
you hadn't seen,
he was, yeah.
when he's new,
Yeah.
everything seems like a revelation.
That's a good point.
And I mean, it was a tremendous goal.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I am guilty, though, now of going, cool. When
Yeah,
I watch
you're
him
just
do
so
that,
used to it.
my mind is not blown.
No.
I expect
You're desensitized
that
to
level
it. Yeah.
Yeah, desensitized. That's
a
good
little
word.
bit, yeah.
Yeah. Big moment, boys. What are you going to play off here? I know.
I'm going with the Schmaltz shorthanded goal. You brought it up. Like, that's a killer.
It's a bit of
on
a
any
dagger,
team. Dagger is a better word, but just the time. You mentioned the time where that came. 1924, like just 30 seconds left. Like, you're
Got to close them out.
Like,
Playoff teams,
what is Utah?
close that out.
Like, what are they saying going into the locker room, right? Like that. What is the coach saying? That was huge. We did like that's such a good rallying point for them. They tied it up, and they didn't look back. Like, I thought they were kind of all over the Oilers in the third, even though Doc did score. But
And in a potential opening round affair
Yes.
that these two teams might have in the playoffs, to have that type of momentum with the shorthanded, I mean, that's got to leave them. I mean, obviously they go in overtime and get the win, but outside of that, certainly, I mean, the Oilers were answering back at times, but the Mammoth now know that they can.
yeah,
Yes.
they can.
The
yeah,
confidence
absolutely.
now has been built brick by brick this season.
If-
Edmonton was looking for the 3-game series sweep, but that was a moment too where I think maybe the confidence for them, they said, "Hey, we can hang here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
I
can
agree.
play at this level.
We can do it."
Yeah. And yes, they were at home. Factor in that,
Yeah.
whatever you want to do. Come back after a 3-1 deficit. That's a big, big win.
Your big moment.
Statement win.
Your big moment that happened. You're just going to go to the
No, losing the 3-1 lead.
Yeah.
Because I felt like as soon as they tied it, it was like, oh, God, this is slipping away on the Oil. I know that there was a back and forth.
3-1
But
after
no.
one, and the way, as we've mentioned, they have been playing defensively as of late, Saturday aside, an opportunity to shut things down again.
So
So,
are the bad habits creeping back in?
yeah. 3 stars of the night, Clayton Keller, Nick Schmaltz, and Alexander Kerfoot. Who is your 4th star of the evening?
I'm gonna
Give me
go.
the-
sorry,
Give me those stars again.
Sorry, I
It's
know.
a
I know
mammoth
mine now.
sweep. Keller, Schmaltz, Kerfoot.
Yeah,
Usually like to go with
I'm
an
going to
Oiler.
go McDavid just for the goal.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Doc.
I'm gonna go with Doc as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
5 hits, part of that crash line
Yeah.
that like to bang.
can we do better than a crash line?
3 shots as well in the goal. 14:01 of ice time last
I
night.
like Smash more.
Don't mind that line. So Doc, and McDavid. Super stat of the night. Any numbers jumping off the page? I guess the super stat of the night, and it's unsuper, but 806 save percentage for Tristan Jarry. Now, I know VR Montenegro, I do believe in the nasty chat.
Who's
Last
on
night,
that line again? Who's on that line? Doc, Dickinson,
Frederick.
yeah, that's VR Montenegro says last night wasn't on Jar Jar, referring to Tristan Jarry.
Not entirely. That's not unfair.
No, but I mean,
it's
it's-
a group effort.
The song remains the same here.
Yeah.
Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think in our in-house EST chat, what was it? Who said that?
Do you guys have one of those?
Tom said
WhatsApp.
Tom said Jarry's game ain't back. And I think when we're looking to get a guy going again and just get him
agree.
playoff ready and confidence ready, certainly
It's like Tommy to reach for the negative.
we ain't there yet. So I will go with
that's like
Jarry's
him.
save percentage last night as an unsuper stat of the evening. Is there anything else, Trev, that jumps off the page for you in terms of
I'll go
numbers?
with the stat that JMO said not too long ago. That Doc is, what was it, the 432nd?
432nd player in Oiler history. So welcome.
There we go.
Blue, yeah.
That is
Blew your
a
mind.
good stat.
Jarry did also get the assist, which is a
Can you name the other
one-
431?
Wait till he starts getting hot offensively.
That's
well,
the thing.
maybe that's what we need to unlock.
Where's the
here.
offense? We haven't.
Where's the offense from Tristan Jarry? Yeah. Someone asks that today, hey? Puck handling. Huh.
Let's get to your Prolex lighting bright light of the night. You can go.
Should I do it?
Yeah, start putting that puppy up here. hard out. Is it the fourth star?
Is what? The Dockinator?
I
think it is.
The dock star.
The Dockster.
The Dockster.
Yeah.
Colton
I'd
Dock.
probably give it to Colton.
Yep.
First game. Missed 12 games, I think they said on the broadcast last night. I could be completely wrong in that, but I think they said 12. And I was surprised. I feel like last night's game for Doc was more I saw from him in the last, 3 games that he played with the team. He was around it, and he scored once, but he could have scored, he had a few chances, grade A scoring chances. So he was physical. He scored. He almost got in a fight. He is the bright light of the night.
The new Max Jones.
New Max Jones?
Hey?
Boy, that's a high bar, guys.
Well,
Careful.
I like Jones.
Careful. So do I. Come on now.
Lacombe Drew says that line needs to be called the Bill Hung Boys. In terms of William
I don't know
Hung.
if we can get that by the CRTC.
Mother Seducer says Rick already came up with the line's name, the Hung Line, because it bangs.
Yes.
So maybe just the Hung Line. Yeah, no acronym
Docky,
either.
Dickie, and Freddie.
Docky, Dickie, and Freddie. Docky and Dickie.
Yeah.
Rusty says 3-1, worst lead in hockey. Tube says Vemelka was due. I guess he did get the last laugh after all.
God, we can't stand that guy Vemelka. Hey?
Rush the beer league goalie William Hung reference was not on my bingo card today. She bang. Well, yeah, let's roll with it. If any show in this city is going to do it, it is this one right here.
And we'll do an AI song.
Bringing back William Hung. Well, I would just say repurpose the old one, but we could do our own.
No, YouTube will sanction us.
McDavid's head shake after the shorty was because he knew John Cooper would be so disappointed in him. Vance Van Vandervan, you are on fire, baby.
Bracket, please.
Yes. Quadruple V usually has a lot of good texts, but he's coming to play today. Love that one as well. Vance Van Vandervan. Geez, save some for the rest
Cooper
of us here.
Texts after the game to McDavid.
Oh, yeah, they have a line of communication. Yeah,
they've got a WhatsApp.
That is your Prolux Lighting morning after show. Look, you get a point, you get out of Utah. We got a game to set up tonight.
Get out of the tabernacle, get going.
Yeah, you got him queued up here. Let's get to that's good for the Italian Center here, and we'll play some Oilers post game as well. That's good for the Italian Center. Drop by today. They got the pizzas, they got the sandwiches, they got the take and bake pastas, all good to go. The bakery. You can even go in, dine in, have a little espresso and a biscotti, I guess is that a car or a coffee?
That's the owner of the Ravens.
Okay.
Steve Biscotti.
Sure. Maybe he'll be there.
Sure.
And I always like to mention the produce department, Dave.
Those Italians, they just nail the veggies.
It's beautiful. If you want to get a tomato, I know we already earlier in the week said homegrown's better than store-bought, but I don't think you can get any place better than the Italian Center shop. That's good. Look, they get a point. You move on. Let's hear from the coach, Chris Knobloch, post-game last night.
Disappointing aspect of that game here tonight?
Not being able to hold a lead. We had a few leads tonight, and they were able to respond very quickly. I guess the one lead they had, we responded very quickly too, but I guess it was a game where neither team wanted to run away with it. But yeah, it's unfortunate. It was nice to see the offense was there. We had the goals, but just too many chances against.
What areas of the game would you say that you guys didn't perform well, or Utah did perform well, that allowed them to keep coming back in tonight's game?
Our breakouts. So many problems tonight started with just not being able to get the puck up ice and having to spend time in the defensive zone. Where if we can get those breakouts, we're out of the zone, that's one thing, but we're also not tired and getting run down in our zone. But for me, yeah, I think that's the starting point.
Take a look at all the point scorers tonight. You guys made it a priority to try to get contributions from throughout the lineup. Does it almost feel like a wasted effort, wasting that and not getting the full 2 points in that aspect?
Yeah, absolutely, 1 and 2 points, especially when we had the lead late in the third period. And now we, the Doc coming back, getting a goal, that was tremendous. Thought he had a great game, among others. But, yeah, anytime you don't get the full 2 points, you're disappointed.
Okay, so a brief post-game there from head coach Chris Knobloch. Getting into the fancy numbers, natural stat trick, courtesy natural stat trick, 5-on-5. The Mammoth out scoring chances, the Mammoth 35-19. High danger, 12-8. They out-Corsi them. They out-Fenwick them, Dave. Expected goals as well. That was on 5-on-5. So the numbers never lie, as we know.
Shots on goal lies.
Well,
and I know that is a very basic sort of number that you would go to, right? I think shots on goal and hit count.
Yeah, and just
hits are misleading.
Style of the game. We talked about the Schmaltz shorthanded, and this is a team that the Oilers have. It was funny that when they were in the desert, you know, kind of the Coyotes and everything, and they were kind of sometimes a bit of a burr in the saddle, a bit of a bogey. You know, sometimes it's back and forth. I know everybody likes.
Well, they're not that team anymore.
They're not that team anymore. But the Oilers thus far have pretty much since they've been in Utah, whether it's Utah HC or this year's Mammoth. The Oilers have had their number results wise. But heading into a expected opening round series, this is a big one for the confidence of the Utah Mammoth going in. So
tone setter.
A tone setter. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Yeah, and we'll have more. Jamie McLennan, we'll get his thoughts again on goaltending, you know, what the identity of this team is moving forward, whether it's defensive, whether it's run, maybe it's just a generous mix of both. Okay, we'll get to the bright light of the night. This is another that's good from last night.
Yeah, there was some good stuff.
The Dockinator, the Dock Star.
Disappointment of that result, and where you guys maybe felt like things got away from you tonight.
Yeah, it definitely sucks. Just kind of got to be a little more structured in the D zone. I think giving up a little bit too much grade A's or chances in the slot. And they just got to bounce back and be ready to play tomorrow.
What were some of the aspects of tonight's game that Utah was able to kind of pounce on and capitalize on tonight?
Well, I think they're pretty skilled. I mean, their top six is really skilled, so they're able to find plays and make plays through us. And just got to have better sticks and keep eyes, be ahead on a swivel and kind of find our guys.
We know how much of a priority it is for this group to get contributions from throughout the lineup. Does it almost feel wasted when everybody's contributing on the score sheet, including yourself and the other lines, and not coming out with the W tonight?
I mean, yeah, it does suck that we didn't get the win, but I think we did a pretty good job of being resilient. I think that first goal, the fourth line went out there and scored right away. So it's always good to see when those guys can go out there and provide energy on the score sheet as well.
On a positive note, you provided a lot of energy tonight. You were finishing your checks. You got in the goal column. On a personal level, how good did it feel to come back in that way?
Yeah, it felt good to kind of be back with the guys and kind of be back in the locker room and obviously contribute. But at the end of the day, we need to find a way to get the 2 points.
This could be a potential playoff matchup down the stretch. Did it feel like a playoff game kind of tonight? That environment?
I mean, yeah. I think all these games are going to feel like that. We're playing some all playoff contending teams here, going to finish. So we got to be ready to bring that energy.
And what do you guys need to do to just keep getting points down the stretch here?
I think just play our game. I think we know we have a solid game. Like I said, we got to be a little bit more structured defensively, a little bit more on top of things, and just play our game.
Does it feel good to be able to play tomorrow and to flush this one right away?
Yeah, I think that's going to be good for us to kind of hit the reset button, get on the plane, go there, and go play our game again, and try and come up with 2 points.
Now, I was educated here on the Paris Jewelers inbox. Daryl says the curfew isn't for the team; it's for the San Jose airport.
Oh yes,
they have curfew for noise, so that explains the whole. Because I caught it on the broadcast last night. I said curfew. What's going on here? But okay, that makes sense.
So fly into Oakland, bus to San Jose.
Off, yeah. Trev, you were pulling something out of the dock availability there. A few things.
I want to get into this.
Okay. Please, the floor is yours.
Doc said it felt good, kinda, to be back.
It felt good to kinda be back, or it felt good kinda to be back?
It felt good, kinda, to be back.
Well, maybe he isn't feeling 100%.
So he's not happy.
Oh, come on, Tube.
No, I'm obviously just being silly. I just thought that was funny. I just thought I want to see if there's
Billy.
any text coming in. Like, what does he mean by that? So I just wanted to be the first to say.
Maybe a verbal crutch in saying kinda, like I say all the time. But he is just coming back. So maybe, as you said, maybe he's at 90%. Maybe we haven't seen the full
doc,
yet. We're only half doc.
Dock of the Bay.
Wait till you see full doc, then you're in for a show. No, it is encouraging. You mentioned as he was speaking, Curtis Lazar, you're a Lazarite.
Yes.
What a season for him, given the time on ice that he gets and the production that he's made and just his understanding of roles, all those things.
That's, for me, the biggest thing about Curtis Lazar. He absolutely knows what his role is, how to deliver it when he's in and given the opportunity, and he does it.
And I think there's a lot of these guys.
Pro.
Dickinson has been acquired. I mean, he filled a need for this team. Trent Frederick, I know we've all talked about Frederick and the deal and all this stuff, but I think he's kind of also been finding his game. You may disagree to what price point, but he's contributing as of late. We've talked about Max Jones in the past, Vasily Podkolzin, and the offense that he's been putting up, given the deal and everything that's happened earlier on in his career. Like, there are a lot of good stories, I think, from the forward group that you can draw upon outside of the big dogs who we usually discuss. And when they're on, they're on. When they're off, they're off. We've seen in the past that when they're on, this team succeeds. When they're off, they don't. I think you can look at the depth right now, specifically in the forward group, and say, okay, there are times now where a lot of these guys can pitch in and do the job.
Is it the best forward depth in the NHL? No. But is it better than where they were prior to the deadline? Yes.
Yeah. I would agree with you.
It's more reliable.
Yeah.
It's able to.
More physical.
More physical.
I think there's an argument
there
there.
were a bunch of boxes checked.
Yeah. So again, I'm trying to take a bit of a positive approach this morning on that's good. Point milked, again, looking at the Pacific once again. It is a turtle derby, as everybody likes to call it. The Oilers still remaining on top, but the Vegas Golden Knights, they do loom, and they loom large right now with the Ducks fading out of the picture. So, if the playoffs start today, Oilers, Mammoth opening round, even on points, 88. Be an interesting series. Very fun from the neutral point of view, but you do have to think, given the result last night and going back to the Schmaltz shorty, that it's given Utah a little bit of confidence now heading into a potential 7-game opening round series. So we'll keep an eye on that. In terms of the wild card, again, still things to suss out there between the Preds, Kings, Sharks. Who will be the opponent tonight? Hungry Sharks team.
Yep.
So that'll be interesting as well. The Oilers, of course, second of a back-to-back, flying into Oakland, driving to San Jose. Sharks around a little over 500 here in the past 10. They're coming off a win against the Blackhawks the other night as well. So they look to keep the good times going. So should be a tough one. We'll get you set for that coming up in hour number 3. And as we move on today throughout the show, coming up next, it'll be TSN hockey analyst Jamie McLennan. He'll join us on the Firehouse Subs hotline for GS Construction. Hour 1 of the Nielson Show, 6 o'clock hour. Outstanding 6 o'clock hour, by the way. Great texts. We are still looking for your suggestions on what the Oilers could do to spruce up their Zamboni in the spirit of the Mammoth last night.
Yep.
And changing 100 on the YouTube. Nice to see. Outstanding pace.
Changing 100.
Outstanding pace. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you're listening on 957 Cruise FM, a quick traffic update from Pauline Higgins. Hour 1 brought to you by Ewell, your power play specialists. They have the gear you need for your next electrical project. 3 Edmonton area locations, or you can go online, ewell.ca. Your Edmonton-based partner in power and source for all things electrical. Trev's got a sports update here, and it's for the delightful Chelsea LaBelle and Expedia Cruises. Look, if you're looking to get in on that best trip of YouTube Trev's life, July 17th to 19th, it'll be the Jays and the White Sox, a pair of games in Toronto. We've sold out of the packages, but if you want to get in the queue, if you want to get on the waiting list, because there is still some time between now and then, something might happen. You might get bumped up, and you might find your way on that trip. You can call or text her, 780-970-4834. Dave Jameson in for Dustin Nielsen. Lieutenant Eric here with you as well. I'm about a quarter through my Monster Energy drink this morning. I'm sipping.
The early returns are, it smells hideous.
Yeah, more
Just
on that.
Hideous.
Free advice to come later on in hour 2, and I will be dishing out advice on drinking a month. Some guy in the Nasty Chat says he drinks 4 a day. I said, seek help. Trev's got the update here. We'll be back with Noodles right after the break.
Make it 4 straight wins for the Mammoth in their first win ever against the Edmonton Oilers. Clayton Keller called game with the 6-5 overtime winner, but the Oilers are right back at it later tonight in the Shark Tank. Be sure to catch the GCL Diesel pre- and post-game shows with Tom Gazzola and Benny Thompson. Coverage starts at 7 with puck drop at 8. 10 other games from last night. The Senators keep their playoff hopes alive, defeating the Lightning 6-2. The Canadians come back to win it in a shootout 4-3 over the Panthers, make it 4 straight under Tortorella for the Golden Knights, 2-1 against the Canucks, and the Flames couldn't hold on to their lead, falling 4-3 in overtime to the Stars. Just 2 other games tonight. The Rangers host the Sabres, and Washington battles it out with the Leafs at 5:30. Over in baseball, where the Blue Jays have lost their last 6 after falling to the Dodgers 4-1, they cap off that 3-gamer later today. Dylan Cease gets the start for the Jays, while the Dodgers counter with Shohei Ohtani. First pitch at 1:07, with 14 other games on the schedule. Elsewhere from last night, the Yankees improved to 8-2 on the season, downing the Athletics 5-3, and the Red Sox get by the Brewers 3-2. In basketball, the Raptors are back in the win column, 121-95 over the Heat, and the Thunder take down the Lakers 123-87. The Raptors have the day off, only to play the Heat once again tomorrow, and just 7 games tonight in the association. Back to hockey in the PWHL. It was the final takeover tour game of the season at Rogers Place last night. That saw the Boston Fleet down the Vancouver Golden Knights 5-1. The Sports Update is brought to you by Expedia Cruises. Join YouTube Trev for the best trip of his life. A weekend of Blue Jays baseball in Toronto, July 17th to 19th, 2026. Contact Chelsea Lavelle at Expedia Cruises in Northeast Edmonton to join Trev in Toronto. Call or text 780-970-4834. I am Trev, and you're up to date.
What say you? Hey, nasty crew. We got the Nielson Show flu, and there's nothing we can do about it. What say you? Hey, nasty crew. My wife thinks I got better things to do, but there's nothing I can do about it. We're tuning in on TuneIn, we're listening online. We catch up with the podcast when we fall behind. We're texting in the nasty chat, what's on our mind. 780-218-9999. No more interference from corporate interest. Just Dusty and Eric and all of the bad cats like Rishaug and Noodles. Gadget can gauge it. Go to Play Alberta and make a little wager. We can't wait for the Monday Mandate. Shaggy's always on time. Tommy's always late.
Would you like a cup of tea?
Forget about the old place. Hey, we were number 1 in the text race. We don't miss all the commercial breaks, but we sure miss Nickelback today. We want to hear some hot takes and we want to hear Renee. Why not hold the neck up when I want our kids away? Beat up the tire fire and remember that name. We love every goal song, but what about what's his name? Macramella, Rapaport, Dragger, and Tanier. It ain't Christmas season, but they sound like reindeer. But then my cousin and the tales of the north. All the bucket game and present. Does he go on? What say you? AM Nasty Crew. We got the Nielson Show flu, and there's nothing we can do about it. And there's nothing we can do about it. And there's nothing we can do about it.
7:06, hour 2 of the Nielson Show begins here on Edmonton Sports Talk. The Nielson Show, as always, brought to you by Weiss Johnson. Check them out today. AC, heat pump, hot water tank, garage heater, and more. Anything you need there done, new or repairs. You can get 15% off plus no interest for 24 months. You can get a new train furnace now and get 15% off any additional mechanical system done at the same time. For more, check them out, weiss-johnson.com, and book an estimate today. We'll have your Play Alberta Early Bird coming up midway through this hour. Of course, Play Alberta, the title sponsor of Edmonton Sports Talk. And we're coming to you live from the Popeyes, Louisiana Kitchen Studio. Dave Jamieson in once again for Dustin Nielsen, Lieutenant Eric, and YouTube Trev with you here as well. We'll get to Play Alberta. We'll get to some free advice and legal analyst Eric Macramella, all still set to come in hour number 2. But let's get to our first guest of the day. It's TSN's Jamie McLennan, brought to you by GS Construction. For more than 5 decades, GS Construction has been proud to serve our communities, and once again, they are hiring now. GS is looking for experienced top men, pipe layers, and operators. Visit gsconstruction.ca, click on careers to find out more, and he joins us on the Firehouse Subs hotline. Noodles, great morning to you, man. Where are you at in the world? You're always you're a man on the go. I can never tell by the background. It's always changing up. So what's the I guess if you want to start with the Senators, give us a little bit of a Sens update as well. A big win against Tampa.
Yeah, that's where I am. I'm actually in Ottawa this morning. I ended up staying instead of flying home, but I called the game last night between Ottawa and Tampa, and I've got the game tomorrow between Ottawa and Florida. So ended up staying overnight and watching. Came back to my room and watched some weird debacle in Utah.
Yes.
And then, but the Senators played very, very well. And if you look at it, the big question mark has been, couldn't they get a save? Could they get, the right play at the right time? And it's been their leaders that have stepped up in the last couple games. And that's Brady Tkachuk, who had 4 assists last night. That's a career high. Tim Stützle continues to be a superstar. Linus Ullmark, again, played his 5th game in a row, looked really sharp. And Jake Sanderson is he's a superstar defenseman. So, I think I've said this all along. I thought Ottawa was the best team outside the playoff picture. Well, now they're in the playoff picture, and now they got to finish it off with 4 games left.
Yeah, they're playing well right now, and the benefit of teams around them and in that hunt, not playing up to that standard right now, I guess you could say. So, yeah, it's good to see from them. Over to the Oilers, though, you mentioned you watched whatever that, I think you said, debacle. I just wanted to ask you off the hop, we saw this Oilers team, last week, shutting it down, playing tight defensively. It's been 11 goals now in 2 games against, going back to Saturday against the Golden Knights. We always ask at certain points of the season, 20 games in, U.S. Thanksgiving, post-deadline and all that. What would you say is the identity of this Oilers team right now with 4 left to go in the regular season?
Well, leading up to the last 2 games, it was that they knuckled down and figured out a formula to have some success. And then they got stretched out by Vegas. And I didn't think anybody, had their A game that night. I'll be honest. Sometimes you have an off game. I didn't think Ingram was that good that night. Their power play is certainly lacking, and their power play has been such a difference maker in games. But I'll throw the Vegas game out the window. Last night they had a good start. They give up 1 to come right back, right? Whatever it was, 11 seconds later, you score. You get 2 fourth-line goals, which, you've been begging for depth. You've been begging for, not having to play McDavid 28 minutes. You get an all-world performance from McDavid, and then everybody else kind of goes to sleep. And that's the disappointing part. You can lay it at the feet of Tristan Jarry. People say, well, the goaltender didn't make enough saves. I don't disagree. I thought he made some good saves, but I also thought that there were a few plays where he could have bailed out his team. And that's the difference. I don't care. Your starting goaltender is going to give up goals. It happens. But you need to save at the right time. And that shorthanded goal, I thought, was just a collection of errors. And I didn't think Bouchard particularly had a very strong night. I thought he was out to lunch handing pucks away. And his effort level on that shorthanded goal, you got to wedge Schmaltz off to not give him a better angle. And I didn't think he did that. And to me, that's the goal that I had a problem with, because that goes 1.5 feet inside the post. Like I'll take a post and in shot sometimes where the goalie forces a perfect shot. That wasn't a perfect shot. It just was a shot. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so I think there was a lot to unpack last night. They did end up getting a point. They didn't really lose ground because Vegas won, Anaheim lost. So you're right there. You're giving yourself an opportunity, but yeah. I would say, it's a long answer to what your question is. The identity should be and could be a tight team that defends well and plays hard, and then has the ability to score and be difference makers up front. And we didn't see that last night. So they didn't get to their game plan. They didn't get to their game. And that's why they gave up 6 goals.
How would you deploy Tristan Jarry for the rest of the season? Or would you deploy him at all?
One more game. Okay. To try and, he'd won 2 games in a row and he'd looked, very confident. And honestly, I thought about halfway through that game, he was still looking pretty good, looking solid. But your play of your goaltender mirrors the play of the team in front of them a lot of times. And to me, I thought it got sloppy. Like there but not there. Jake Wollman can block a shot, but not really. Not there. Crisp on pucks, not the pass out you want. Just kind of, hey, we're gonna chip it to space. Like to me, I thought their D were not as good last night. I thought Ekholm looked strong, but you can only, you get handed garbage from your teammate, from your partner. And again, I think Evan Bouchard has been awesome. but you can have an off night. And I didn't think he had his goods last night. It happens. But I look at it to a man. There's probably more guys that you thought didn't have a great game as opposed to guys who did. And that's on those nights, your system has to protect you, and it wasn't there. Your goaltender has to be a difference maker, and I think he was just okay. But when you give up 6, you give up 6, right? And so there was just too many guys that were passengers instead of guys who were the driver of the bus.
Yeah, and you mentioned Jari, just okay, but is that going into a playoff run here? Like a lot of people, it goes game to game, but a lot of people saying, what Pickard did in the postseason last year, they obviously made this move this year with Skinner and Pickard gets sent down and all that, but knowing what he did in the playoffs last year, beloved in the room, is this still an Ingram-Jari stack for you heading into the playoffs, or would you see, personally, would you see making a move there?
No, I think it's Ingram's net, and I think Jari has to give you an opportunity if he gets in. But I don't think you rule out. There's a reason why they strategically waited and they got Pickard to the minors, because now you got a 3-pack of people that can play at the NHL level. I think Ingram's their best option and has been for a long time. Yeah, sure. And even from a skill set, I've said that all along. I like Connor Ingram. I just didn't think he had a great game the other night. But leading up to it, he's been very, very good. And if you look at, the stats quality starts, I believe 75% of his games have been quality starts. That's pretty good if you look at it overall. He's got to have a game tonight, and I think you don't want question marks in that position. But again, I come back to it as you didn't have any question marks in that position when you were playing tight defensively and not giving up very much. They've gotten away from it the last 2 games. They've gotten impatient. That's what it is. What happened is Utah last night, they're a very fast and skilled team. And Edmonton goes, well, we can play that game. Yeah, sure. Like, we're fast and we're skilled. Like, let's open it up. And last shot on goal wins. Well, that's exactly what happened. Instead of playing a patient game, a structured game, and frustrating that skill, frustrating that speed, they got away from it and said, well, we'll go back to what we used to do, and that's run and gun. And he ended up on the short end of the stick in overtime. So, to me, I think there's got to be structure in front of the goaltenders. I think Pickard can be an option, but I still think it's Ingram that's your guy, especially in the first round. He's got to give them an opportunity, and he has in most of the games he's played. It's about how you play in front of him.
Have you seen enough of the Golden Knights under Tortorella to say, okay, that's why they made the change, and now that's the way they should be playing?
I think we saw them the other night. The difference was Carter Hart. And, they've been dying for a save. They've been dying from some stability there. And yes, the new coach bump, it happens. And even the reputation that John Tortorella carries as a no-nonsense guy, I want to play this way. You hear all the comments coming out of the dressing room. We didn't play the right way, or we didn't get it done. We feel bad that Bruce got fired. Ultimately, the players have to wear that. And Cassidy's a great coach, but there is an expiration date. And he's not like, it's not like he's a softie. He's a hard ass as well. It's just a different voice. So I look at the games that Tortorella's now won 4 in a row. The one common denominator is they've been getting saves. They're still the same team. They're still a very good team, but they needed something to jolt them awake. Well, you wake up the team with getting rid of the coach, and then you get a Carter Hart healthy back, and now the team looks different. I think there's a chance that Vegas could win the division. And, I think on paper they've always been a very good team. They've kind of like the Edmonton, they've kind of underachieved this year. Had injuries, had inconsistencies, can't get the save that they wanted, that type of stuff. Those teams, they mirror each other. So it's a race here in the last, what have we got, 4 games left?
Yep.
Yeah.
Last 4 games to see who's going to win the division. And, you can make a case for all 3 of those teams that are in there, strength of schedule. But really, they play each other. They've got an opportunity. It's who wants it? Who wants that number 1 spot? Because it's going to be, you've got Utah waiting for you, Or if you're Edmonton, you've got a mix of whoever else. You've got Anaheim or you've got Vegas, depending on, who makes it and who does it. And let's not forget, McDavid said it. He's not going to rest until he's got an X beside his name. And now you've got to find a way to get points every night, because there's teams that are still battling, the LAs and San Jose's that are chasing you. And San Jose, that's would be their bulletin board material tonight.
Yeah,
we got an opportunity to get closer to Edmonton here in points.
Yeah, and we're all talking about who's going to win the division. There are no X's yet. I mean, let's lock things up first and then worry about where you kind of fall. But
yes.
I wanted to get your thoughts too. Like, the Oilers have owned ever since the club moved to Utah, Hockey Club Mammoth or whatever. But what does that do for a room in Utah last night? And we talked about the shorthanded goal right before the end of the second, evening things up. They go on, they eventually get the win in overtime. But knowing that you could be a potential first round, you've had all these losses to a team where you finally get one here, and you finally, in the way that the game was played, what does that do for the collective confidence? I guess from both sides as well. I mean, the Oilers, it's not like they're going to go to bed having nightmares about the Mammoth now, but you let him in. There's that seed of confidence planted now from Utah.
Well, and Utah's really strong in their own building too. Like, if you look at it, they're comfortable playing there.
Yeah.
They're fast. The atmosphere is good. Like, they're a good team. Now, they're not battle tested. If you look at it, Vejmelka gave up 5, and I didn't think he had his goods. So I think there's lots to unpack there from Utah's side. I think Edmonton's side is, you woke up today thinking that you pissed a point away.
Yeah.
That's the way I would look at it. But I would also say from Utah, they might have a little belief like, hey, we feel like we've got something here. So they do. They've got a fast, young, skilled team. But, they've got to show that they can do it in the playoffs. They're going to be a playoff team. We don't know who they're going to match up against, but they can make some noise if the goaltender makes some saves. I think they've got good D. I think they've got really young, skilled forwards that work. But again, that the playoffs are a lot different. And I would ask you, is Hyman in there? Is Draisaitl in there? Those are difference makers. 2 of your top line players, or top 6 for sure, depending on where Hyman is playing or Draisaitl's playing. You notice it. And, you noticed it on certain things. I think if Hyman and Draisaitl are in that lineup last night, maybe that power play doesn't give up that shorty because they get the entry clean. They move the puck around clean. To me, that still looks like the power play is missing 2 key components, and that's how they played, basically.
And just a quickie here, the Senators, we started off, they're looking for 3 in a row tomorrow against the Panthers. Then they visit the Islanders Saturday afternoon, Noodles. And just wanted to get your thoughts on the DeBoer appointment when it comes to the Isles.
I never like to see a coach lose their job, and Patrick Roy is a good coach. But I think if the thought process is you were coveting Peter DeBoer, I think the move is more a proactive one, saying, we see a lot of organizations that are going to flush their coach. And, we're going to get ahead of it instead of allowing, for example, if Toronto decides to head in a different direction, Craig Berube, and they've got nothing but money and cachet, let's get ahead of this so that there's not a bidding war for DeBoer. So it was kind of, kill 2 birds with 1 stone. You're literally going to try and continue to jolt your team to make the playoffs, and you get the coach that you coveted for the foreseeable future. So surprised me with 4 games left, but right now, I've said this all along, this year is wacky. Like, I think we've seen some crazy storylines. We've seen teams that have underachieved, overachieved. The Olympics threw a wrench into it. We've got injuries. To me, there's so many things. Now we're going to have a new Stanley Cup champion. So I think you're seeing a lot this year has chaos. So that just goes in line with the chaos of the Islanders firing their coach with 4 games left in the season.
We'll leave it there, Noodles. You enjoy your continental breakfast, and best of luck throughout the rest of the regular season. We'll chat next week.
How did you know I like the continental breakfast?
Everybody likes you got to like the continental breakfast, right?
To be honest, it's just my shake, like my pre-workout shake and then my post shake. Now in the hotel, I can't eat all that junk food.
I'm having my first Monster energy drink ever this morning. It's
not going well. It's not going well.
Shouldn't have done it on an empty stomach.
No.
I should have had a little bit of a maybe.
Well,
a
it'll
green
fire
drink.
you up, but just make sure there's a porta potty close. That's what you need.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I think it'll be all holes vacating later today. But thanks for your time, Noodles. That's Jamie McLennan, TSN, of course, covering the Senators as well. On the road, at home, and all over the place. He's brought to you by GS Construction. For more than 5 decades, they've been proud to serve our communities. And once again, they are hiring. They're looking for experienced top men, pipe layers, and operators. GSConstruction.ca is where you can go. Click on careers to find out more. And he joins us on the Firehouse Subs hotline, Dave. 15 Firehouse Subs locations in and around Edmonton. I know you've been to 10 of them. You have 5 left to knock off on your Firehouse Subs passport.
Yes.
So you get it stamped every
All
time
of
you
them
go in.
excellent.
Yeah, all of them excellent.
Yep.
Easy to grab, a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs, hot, hearty, made to satisfy. Let's get to your Play Alberta early bird of the day here. And just taking a look, a few places you can go with Play Alberta, our title sponsor here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Either playalberta.ca or download the app and make it easy right from the phone. Of course, Oilers back on the ice tonight. They're in San Jose against the Sharks. Oilers minus 125 on the money line, minus 1.5 on the spread. Over/under sitting at 6.5 as well tonight. YouTube Trev, do you want to put a flyer on any particular player tonight to either pick up a point, a goal, or an assist?
For the Oil, eh?
Well, you can go with the Sharks if you want. Macklin Celebrini, of course, is always a sexy pick in games like this.
Should we go? I don't know. Are you going to put something up? Or is this just a hunch kind of thing?
Just a hunch. This is just a lean, if you will. Yeah.
Let's see. What about? Yeah, I was going to say someone in the bottom
point?
6. Well, maybe not. Yeah, you know what?
Gets
We're not
on a
doing
heater.
anything. Something in the
Gets
bottom
on a
6.
heater.
A Doc point. Can you get a goal? Another goal? 2 goals in 2 games?
Well, now you're getting greedy.
Yes.
Sorry.
No, don't apologize. Coming into tonight, the last 5 games, Macklin Celebrini, 5 goals, 9 points. Of course, carrying the Sharks this season on his young shoulders. Just taking a look here.
Or Nurse. When was the last time Nurse scored? Maybe that's what I'm going. A Nurse goal.
The Doc?
Nurse goal.
And we can play the Darnell Nurse goal song
Both
tomorrow?
Docs.
But both Docs, yeah.
Is there a doctor in the house?
Double Doc.
Doc and
Double Doc.
yeah, if they can get another player named D-A-L-K, that would really throw a wrench into everything, hey?
Yes.
Like, yeah. Celebrini, 107 points this season. Wow. Will Smith, second on 55. That is your Sharks goal parade, or scoring parade, I guess we should say. So always good if you want to get Celebrini a point, I guess, for tonight as well. Jays in action. They'll close out their series at home to the Dodgers later on this afternoon. Ohtani versus Cease on the bump. Maybe you want to throw something a little there with Ohtani money. But if you are gambling or placing a bet or having even a lean, set a budget before you play. Stay informed. Visit GameSenseAB.ca to learn how. Remember, if you gamble, use your game sense. Yeah, doing 4 of these in a day. I know there's a lot of day to come here, but I feel like it's making me feel good. But I feel like there's a crash to come.
Describe feel good. Dr. Feel
Dr.
Good.
Feel Good.
Tell what does that mean?
I have a bit of a current running through me right now. That's a little more lively than having my 2 or 3 cups of black coffee every morning.
In a stained Yeti mug.
It's more.
Yes.
You can wash it if you want. It's more of a slow burn though with the coffee. This just bypasses.
Oh, that
everything
goes
else.
right to the central nervous system.
Straight in there.
Yeah.
And again, I'm kind of approaching halfway now. Just small sips, Dave. That's what you want to do. Just you don't want to pound it or anything. Couldn't imagine shotgunning one of those. But yeah, it's got that Red Bull flavor, sugar free, but it always brings you back to the bars. I feel like I should be getting slightly buzzed as well of some alcohol that's usually accompanies the energy drink. But taking them
back
sober
to the bars.
Back to the bars. Well,
That's a Todd Rundgren live album. You didn't know that? No.
But yeah, I probably won't do this again. But it's been fun.
Well, that's what everyone says when they get hooked. Just before they get hooked.
One puff
is a puff, a party, a tragedy. You have one of those drinks, and the next thing you know,
that's the gateway energy.
He's
drink
wearing
right
a
there.
Monster shirt and a hat.
Unless
Monster sticker on your laptop there.
If they come on board, I mean, I will sing the praises of this company and drink as many as I can throughout the morning. But no, right now,
But just drink responsibly.
I'm trying to. Yes, I did walk today, so I won't be battling the roads off a Monster. But I don't mind. Now everybody's telling me which flavors I should have got. Well, where were you yesterday? I looked. They had the whole candy lineup at the supermarket there. They had 2 shelves.
Well, you gotta
all
go
bright colors.
You got to go classic first. Yeah.
But sugar free, so I should have really went full sugar.
Yeah, you should have went because there is a difference.
I bet
in taste,
and it'd be more.
Oh yeah,
jitters.
Wound up like a corkscrew.
I don't. This is just good enough. I don't mind the no sugar. I'm a Diet Coke guy, anyways.
Oh.
I don't like the sugary pops anyway. So I'll have a.
Gotta be careful with that stuff, kids.
Yes.
5 Diet Cokes a day is one thing, but 1 Monster.
Oh, is that what you consume? 5 Diet?
I'm a little over the top there, but
yes,
I'm averaging probably like 1.2 per day.
Okay.
That's okay, right?
That's good.
I mean, I'm not the Surgeon General, so
No,
I can't
know, but I don't think
prescribe. You guys do what you do. Do what you do.
You don't want to go over that point. When you're touching 1.5 to 2, that's probably a no zone. So I will continue drinking this, and we got free advice for Damon Bunting coming up, which I'm going to talk about these as well, a little more in depth. But if you need any advice, Dave Jameson, we're scheduled to have Dusty back tomorrow. Now again, day to day, we approach
As
these
we all are.
almost hour to hour, really, when it comes to him right now.
Yes.
But if you have any advice and you'd like Dave to answer it, text in. Feel free. 780-218-9999, Paris Jewelers inbox. Lucas says James Chugs booted 3 white monsters. Yes, you've seen this guy on the reels and everything. I know you're on Instagram.
I'm a reels guy.
James,
actually,
you've seen James Chugs, hey?
No, tell me about it.
Well, there's all these people chug pop and everything, but he's one of the millions.
Yes,
but
he's good.
Well, I don't know. People keep being like chug vinegar, and he just does pop all the time. So he's kind of keeps it lame. But he's got the boot. He's got the Das boot, and he'll pour like 3 of these things in there and just take it back. And he's not a healthy man, I don't think.
Disgusting. No,
he's selling out for the gram. Like he'll be dead in 10 years.
10.
I'm giving
right.
Yeah, don't take the over. Andrea says Jason loves sugar-free monsters more than the sugar added. Yeah, I mean, I would if I had a choice, I would do that. But if you got any advice, maybe you'd like to even give us 780-218-9999, or if you want advice answered as well, get it into the Paris Jewelers inbox right now. To everyone watching on YouTube, yeah, you can get in the nasty chat too. The carousel is moving very fast.
Did you happen to see Scott Oak yesterday? A clip circulating. He was on with my friend Don Taylor and Rick Dollywall.
He's doing his celebration tour now.
Yeah, he's doing a lap.
The rap, yeah.
And somebody texted in and said, a question for Scott Oak, if he had advice for someone, a young broadcaster. And Scott Oak said, Don't start a hockey podcast.
Oh, okay.
Because we don't need another one.
Don't get lost in the shuffle. Yeah. So what would then be the next
piece of advice?
Well, like if you're not going to start that, then
start writing.
Now that's an ancient. I haven't heard that term in a long time.
Writing.
Yeah.
Is that what you would do?
A blog.
Take it
back to the blog.
You're young in the business. What would your advice be? I mean, for Scott Oak and someone like me, I mean, it's
mine's kind of opposite. I would say absolutely start.
He's the successful host of a video channel as well.
Yeah. Oh, right.
Above average on YouTube.
Yeah.
So maybe in the
so
podcast.
you would say, start the hockey
start
podcast
there,
and really go up against Jeff
the
Merritt.
visual accompaniment.
Yeah, like you learn a lot along the way, even if it doesn't get you anywhere. Like I don't know. I feel like that's the best thing to do. Put yourself in that position, get better and better and better, and then see where it takes you.
Then next thing you're on Hockey Night in Canada.
Yeah, maybe.
I think the answer though, you just should have stopped at don't.
Don't, yeah. Just
given the climate.
Don't do it.
Don't.
Yeah. Or apply here at EST. Either or. We'll be back. YouTube, Trev's got a sports update. If you are listening on 95.7 Cruise FM, a quick traffic update from Pauline Higgins. And Trev will have an update here. It's for the great staff at Park Mazda and dealer principal Mitch Lewicki, where he has a Culligan jug in his office full to the brim with Monster Energy drink. Park Mazda, your dealer for life. That's why he can move so many units at Park Mazda. He just
go.
Bam, bam, bam,
go.
bam, bam. We'll be back. Dave Jameson in for Dust Nielsen. It is the Nielson Show here on Edmonton Sports Talk, presented by Play Alberta and the Nielson Show, as always, brought to you by Weiss Johnson.
Utah Mammoth have officially secured their first win in franchise history against the Copper and Blue as Clayton Keller called game with the 6-5 overtime winner. It's the fourth straight victory for the red-hot Mammoth. No time to dwell for the Oilers. The road trip continues as they head into the Shark Tank to face the Sharks. Catch the GCL Diesel pre- and post-game shows with Tom Gazzola and Benny Thompson. Coverage kicks off at 7 with puck drop at 8 o'clock sharp. Around the NHL from last night, Ottawa kept their playoff dream flickering with a dominant 6-2 win over the Lightning. Montreal erased a lead to take down the Panthers in a 4-3 shootout victory, making 4 in a row for the Golden Knights under John Tortorella after edging the Canucks 2-1. And Calgary let a lead slip away, eventually falling 4-3 in overtime to the Stars. Tonight's slate, a quiet night with just 2 other games. The Rangers host the Sabres. And the Capitals take on the Leafs at 5:30. On the diamond, it is a tough stretch for the Blue Jays, who have now dropped 6 straight after a 4-1 loss to the Dodgers. The Jays look to salvage this series finale this afternoon in a massive pitching duel. Dylan Cease takes the mound for Toronto, while the Dodgers counter with Shohei Ohtani. First pitch at 1:07. Elsewhere, the Yankees are rolling at 8-2 after a 5-3 win over the A's, while the Red Sox edge the Brewers 3-2. In the NBA, the Toronto Raptors found the win column in a big way, dismantling the Heat 121-95. They'll get the day off before a rematch with Miami tomorrow, and OKC makes a statement with a 123-87 blowout win over the Lakers. Finally, the PWHL took center stage at Rogers Place last night for the final TakeOver Tour stop of the season. It was all Boston fleet in this one, cruising to a 5-1 win over the Vancouver Golden Knights. Sports Update is brought to you by the great staff at Park Mazda and dealer principal Mitch Lewicki, your dealer for life.
Hi there. If you're like me, you like to picture yourself in luxury, even though there's absolutely no way you could afford it. And if you can, well, even better. Thankfully, I picture myself in something that is luxury, but still absolutely affordable, like the all-new Mazda CX-90 from Park Mazda. With the new luxury features like facial recognition settings and quilted detail Napa leather seating, I can pretend to be comfortable with all of my proper settings activated without even touching a button, thanks to Mitch Lewicki and the great staff at Park Mazda. I like to picture Mitch Lewicki with like a giant eagle's wings and singing lead vocals for Lynyrd Skynyrd with like an angel band. And I'm in the crowd hammered drunk.
Park Mazda, your dealer for life in Sherwood Park off Y Road, parkmazda.ca.
Can't grow a mustache cause he's too young, but he's playing like a superstar. Oilers took him at number 93 on, and he's been great so far. No one was sure if he would make the team. Scott said his vision was the very best. Game-winning goals and 5-point nights. It sure looks like he passed the test. He's like 99 in a way. He rarely makes a mistake. He's on the right track, baby. Oh, the Nudes can play. Just make your way to the net. Stick on the ice and you're set. The Nudes will find you, baby. He was born to play.
Dry? Not.
Everly, safe to say the Nudes can play. Baby, oh, the Nudes can play. Along with
Dry? Not.
Everly, safe to say the Nudes can play. On the right track, baby, oh, the Nudes can play.
The Nuge can play, indeed, getting on the score sheet last night for the Oilers in that 6-5 overtime loss down in Utah. The Oilers back in action tonight in San Jose. We'll get you set for that with, throughout the day here on Edmonton Sports Talk. If you are listening on 95.7 Cruise FM, full slate of sports programming today, getting you set for Oilers and Sharks. Leading up to the GCL Diesel pregame show, 7 o'clock with Tom Gazzola tonight, leading to the 8 o'clock puck drop. Dave Jameson in for Dustin Nielsen, Lieutenant Eric, and YouTube Trev. You heard there on the sports update. And a little advice, I guess, for Trev now, as, Dave, and advice from our,
share
our listeners and viewers and texters, both on YouTube, Cruise FM, iHeart, TuneIn Radio app. I mean, they're all much more educated and smarter and opinionated than us. But it's
they should have a podcast.
It was some of them do.
Yeah. Yes.
The Copper and Blue.
Okay. Trevor. Get engaged in the show.
I'm sorry. I said copper and blue. Orange and blue. There we go.
A slip of
Why
the
don't
tongue.
you explain, for those who don't know, the derivation of copper and blue?
Derivation. Don't really know what that means, but I'm going to say it means the history.
Yes.
And so the history, well, that's what, growing up, that's what the jersey was for me.
Correct.
It was copper.
And it was blue.
And a little touch of red, actually, believe it or not. There was red in there.
Yes, there was.
There was. And I felt like just being different there. And I know they're not copper and blue.
They went from copper and blue to orange and blue, and now they're referred to as the blue and orange, which is quite a take. What next?
And so how do you refer to the Islanders? Who have virtually the same Pantones.
Next, it'll be the white, orange, and blue.
Sure.
When they play on the road, right?
Yes,
yeah,
whatever.
I think that'd be more accurate.
So I'm sorry.
Okay. No.
I strive to be better every single day.
Well,
and now I know I can't say that.
So this is free advice, and it's for Damon Bunting. He has been a consistent top-producing realtor in the greater Edmonton area for almost 2 decades. He and his team at the agency would love to help you find that right home or make the move from your current one. Check him out on DamonBunting.com or Instagram, Damon Bunting Real Estate. So a little advice there, I guess, for the copper and blue.
Thank you.
Yeah, and good on the listeners. I mean, they've got perky ears, and they
didn't like it. Having none of it. That was the worst jersey era. Please do not speak of it.
I just don't get why the red ring is not made more of an issue. You don't want to have, I mean, you clearly don't want the colors of your rival. Now, I guess if you're traditionally the same, that's what it is. But to have red incorporated into the logo, even
I was
in
at the unveiling of the copper and blue at City Hall.
Yes.
Came down the steps, and Peter Pocklington was there, and I forget the story that they told around the change. But prior to that, the Oilers had started to get rid of orange. Just sort of taking it out. They still had the oil drop.
Mm-hmm.
And then they made this flip.
Now, why orange? Now, we know with colors in sport, I mean, fashion is cyclical, right? You know, different times call for different moods and tones.
So why orange?
Well, why going away from the orange and why is the copper, like copper's a tough color, I guess. It's kind of like got a,
I don't know.
More,
they're trying to go more like oil, I guess.
Well, give me a black jersey then.
Yeah.
Well, you're getting one.
Well, I know.
Well, that's the word on the street.
Yeah.
Then they had that orange from a few years back where it was like a different tint, and it was very bright on the...
David's first year.
Is that the one? It was very bright on the television.
That isn't the WHA one that they wore, is it?
No, that was
hard to recognize.
Is that Adidas? Was it?
They might have actually. Yeah, I think that was the reason why. But I love that jersey. That was probably my favorite one.
TubeSock says that's my biggest issue with that jersey. Apart from the blue being said, there should never be a red stripe on an Oilers jersey. Yeah, it's kind of verboten, you'd think. Potato Salad Jesse texts into the Paris Jewelers inbox, 780-218-9999. Hey guys, I'm trying to quit smoking. Any advice?
Well, I've never been a smoker. Well, there's
You've had
the
a
odd
dart,
night.
though.
Oh, I've had a dart. I mean,
but you never got
grade 12 grad.
Nice, JMO. Nice.
As a sometimes
it'd be the least offensive thing I've consumed.
I for 10 years I smoked cigarettes.
Yes.
At times I was a pack-a-day smoker doing the jobs that working at the grocery store. You have 2 15s and a lunch.
Sure.
If you smoked, you would have 6 15s and a lunch. Why would you not smoke? I mean, what are you going to do? I'm going to go for a reading break to the reading room or whatever.
I would.
Well, you would, but it's not like acceptable. You say you want to go smoke to the smoke room. Everybody, yeah, that's cool. Like people got pissed off that you smoked because you'd take more breaks.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, on quitting, I mean, for your health. I think that's the motivation enough there. Yes, it's the how. Now you have to trick your brain. This is the part of yourself where you got to trick the brain. There's the physical addiction, but then that mental addiction. That's the worst.
Okay.
And you get in the vehicle, you light up a smoke. You have a nice meal, you light up a smoke. You do all these things in your day to day that you've then given yourself a dessert with a little cigarette, having a drink. You have a smoke. All these things. Now, I would substitute the cigarette for depending on the situation, another tool, a straw, if you will, from McDonald's when they had the plastic straws.
So an oral fixation.
I would get a handful of straws, get them in the vehicle, and then I'd gnaw on those puppies, like just
Like a terrier.
Like a chew toy.
Yes.
Toothpicks. I still to this day love a good toothpick.
Yes.
You put that in. I have a toothpick every morning when I walk to work. Chew on that puppy too. They don't last as long as the plastic straw, but
do you still fight the urge to have a cigarette?
Not at all. It's out of my system. It's in fact, if I picked one up today, now I'll have the odd cigar. As you do in the I'll go in the garage and have a
like Michael Jordan.
Yeah,
just like Michael
not the
Jordan.
Same, just a cigarette.
Or LeBron.
Or LeBron. No, he doesn't do drugs. But I will have the odd smoke. But I don't like. I'm not like. I'm not. No craving or whatnot there. So I look. No, no regrets.
What's that?
I said, do you ever smoke? Have you smoked?
Cigars, yes. When I'm fishing or golfing, I almost always have a cigar.
A wine tip?
Whether it's cigarellos, prime times, same thing, kind of. Or like a big Cuban. I love that. Oh. That's my go-to.
Colin the Amishman says Hernan had actually been trying to quit smoking, but he keeps asking Dom if it's okay.
Okay. I like.
Punker Junker Jones says Zonics are the only real deal that take the cravings away.
Is that what you've got?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
They help? That was going to be my suggestion.
They help. I don't use them as a crutch. I just don't mind the bit of the nicotine punch. It's okay, but you can get them at pharmacies, the apothecary, if you will.
Yep.
Yeah. So they'll get you out. Lots of nicotine pouches now around there. Nash and Whitecourt says, I'm going to have a smoke right now.
See,
well,
just talking
you're not
about
helping here, but yeah, I guess maybe that's the problem here.
Yes.
Lots of texts on this. KG, I also started smoking because I worked at a grocery store and wanted some more breaks. There you go. I quit because I got strep throat and spent a week in bed and thought I'd see how long I could not smoke. 10 years later, no smoking. Sometimes it does take an injury or an illness to get you off of it initially, and then you're like, well, I've done it this long, might as well keep going. But and also the expense. I mean, I was buying cigarettes, and I know everybody's going to date me here. I could buy them for $2 back. $6.65 was the cheapest pack back.
Now are they what? Up around $25?
Oh yeah, for like a
what?
Pall Mall or whatever.
Damn.
Bones says, I quit Copenhagen on the rigs. Finally got tired of driving 3 hours on logger roads to buy $32 tins. Chewed coffee grounds instead for a bit. Was fine in a week.
Come on.
Ooh, that's a dirty.
You dirty
like
boy.
See those teeth afterwards. You're going to get the flossing there. Tony says, cold turkey. Don't buy any. Don't bum any. I quit January 1. 6 a day guy when smoking. Love it, man. If you can do to each their own. If you can do the cold turkey, that's fine too. But congratulations, January 1. Yeah, you set a date like that, a memorable date to kind of
That'd be Tony.
Go forth. And
well done.
Good on you. 6 a day when smoking, so that's good. Luke in Cowtown, I suggest if you want to quit smoking, substitute the cigarette with a Monster energy drink. Same high and much more healthy option, he says in quotes. I mean, all the kids are doing it. Yeah, I mean, subbing out one thing for another, I guess. And it's like the Uncle Buck theory, right? He was off the cigarettes, then he goes to cigars, then he goes to the pipe, then he goes to chewing tobacco, and then you just kind of keep taking it down and down and down and down until you're out. DVD, fun fact, never had a puff of a cigarette. No. Look at you. Mr. Perfect.
Yeah, I've had a puff. I've had a few, but
You only vape. You're a big vape guy.
One of the
you
first
should
to
see
do
before
it.
the show. The clouds
One of the
of smoke.
first
Yeah,
to do
you
it.
only vape in Iwanik's office too.
But it was weird because I was the only person in my group that didn't smoke. Like everyone around me, they're all lighting up.
You
They
come
look
from
like,
a day too, where it was way more.
Yeah. So God, are you
I
kidding?
just
Yeah. That's interesting. I was always fascinated by the cool tricks you could do at a very young age. I was like, oh, that's sweet. That was my only. That's why I cigars at a little bit of a younger age, because I loved blowing O's. I thought that was the coolest thing.
I thought you'd put it in like lit and like kind of.
Oh, do that old trick.
No, I loved it, making a perfect O, and then
Soon
I got
as
pretty
I saw
good at
Charles Roberts smoking at halftime outside the Bombers dressing room, because I ran into him.
You said, Chuck,
and I went,
light me up here.
That's cool.
Yeah. I could blow squares.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
We'll do it later.
That's funny.
We'll do it later.
Oh, that's cool.
It's a good parlor trick there.
Yeah.
Nasty chat jamming. Haven't had a cigar in over 20 years. Larzy says, don't mind the odd Cohiba. Haven't had a cig or a chew for over 30 years, though, since our son was born. My dad quit smoking, too. He was.
Oh, did he?
I was a fresh baby, and he had a coughing, and he's like, well, I don't need to do this anymore because I have.
Good for him.
So, yeah, hopefully we got you down with the advice, and good luck to you. Was it Potato Salad Jesse? Let us know. Give us an update on your journey to quit smoking. We believe in you. Looks like our next guest is checking in here, so let's get to him quickly. And we do have a few intros on that. Yes. Dave Jameson in for Dustin Nielsen, Lieutenant Eric here as well. EST legal analyst, a man who carries around pieces of crust to put on sandwiches on sides where no crust is present for him and others. Eric Macramella, that comes in from Chris S. EST legal analyst and guy who's booking a vacation to the dark side of the moon. Eric Macramella. That comes in from Coach Mike. Eric Macramella joins us today, our legal analyst, brought to you by Park Mazda. You ever smoke, Macramella? You were a smoker back in the day, or you still don't mind the odd cigarette outside the courthouse?
No, because I'm not an idiot. Why would I smoke? It's like staying in a burning building for a good part of your life, and eventually it's gonna kill you. If there are smokers out there and I've offended them, then I'm sorry. And by saying sorry, I don't really mean it. No, I'm not I tried it as a kid, like everybody else tried it. I tried smoking. I never tried any hard drugs or anything. That just wasn't for me. But the idea of buying something when the package tells you it's going to kill you and kill you slowly and painfully, and your response is, I'll take two. That just wasn't for me.
Yes.
Agreed?
Well, the odd cigar, though, when you're down in one of your many beach houses down south or whatever, none of that?
That's a fair point. It's a fair point. So I consider cigars different, and maybe that's a convenient truth. To me, I do smoke cigars. For me, a cigar is kind of a lifestyle type of endeavor, I guess. It doesn't, you don't inhale. That's the first thing. But there is smoke around, so it will likely kill me as well. But at this point in my life isn't too short, it's too long. So, I'll be fine with it. So I feel as though cigars are different, but your point is well taken. I do smoke cigars, particularly in summer. I'm not shy when it comes to smoking cigars. So maybe I'm a hypocrite. Maybe I'm a low energy loser like Jeb Bush. It's entirely possible.
There we go. I was going to ask, pipe, or you ever chew tobacco?
No, I don't. I don't chew tobacco. I have a buddy of mine who chews tobacco, and he quit for a while, and he's back on it. I just reminded him of Tony Gwynn, who died.
Thank you
chewing
for that.
tobacco.
Yes.
And which chewing tobacco, I believe, was banned by Major League Baseball and the minors years ago. There are some habits, because chewing tobacco is in the same place in your mouth, so it will kill you, and it's tobacco. Tobacco is fascinating. I often compare being a sports legal analyst to cigarettes. Right, because what they do with cigarettes is they created a need, and then they filled it. They created a need by way of marketing, and then they filled that need, which is fascinating. When I jumped on as a sports legal analyst in 2010, and I started working with you guys back then on the Kovalchuk contract when Will with 1L contacted me, I back then sports legal analyst didn't exist, but I really wanted to be on the radio. I was a big baseball fan. I loved the idea of radio. And so I created the role of sports legal analyst, and then I filled it. So basically what I'm saying is I'm kind of like tobacco.
Yes. We should have a warning, a Surgeon General's warning when he joins us here.
All of that answer.
Vance Van Vandervan says EST legal analyst and guy who doesn't smoke because betting on chicken fights is one vice too many already. Eric Macramella. Let's get into, I just wanted your thoughts, ABS baseball, your thoughts on the early season and that whole rollout.
I think it's, you often go based upon how the fans are reacting in that instance, and the fans love it, and they should. So last year, there were about 27,000 plus missed calls. Now, you say that's a lot, but over 150 pitches or so per game, 162 games per team, 30 teams, and ended up being just about by my math, about 5.5% of missed calls. That was it. But the issue, though, was that there were some missed calls in high leverage situations that had an impact on the outcome of the game. The majority of misses were not high leverage situations, but it's in place because of that. It's also in place because you want to ensure that if you have the technology available to you, that it's aligned with end user expectation. And user expectation is the fan at home watching on TV or streaming it. All the networks now have the strike zone rectangle, right? So you know whether it's a ball or a strike. So you want to do what you can to ensure that that your fans that are paying for this aren't, constantly in a state of sort of perpetual irritation, right? So ABS has been great because what it has done as well is it has taken umpires, and rather than have them control the outcome of the game, they have now morphed into game managers, which is a more ideal situation. I think that's really important. I think the other thing that's really interesting from my standpoint is that ABS is exposing certain umpires as making errors on a far more regular basis than others. Yeah. So by my count, the 10 oldest umpires have a 70% miss rate, or their calls are overturned 70% of the time. The 10 youngest umpires, their calls are overturned 39.6% of the time. So the age is interesting. I think that's interesting is that it's going to affect umpire assignment for important games. So there was that one ump, CJ Buckner.
Yeah.
He was umping the Red Sox game, and there were 6 overturned calls, and the Reds were 5 for 5 on those calls. And the Red Sox were, I think, 1 for 2. So that highlights perhaps an issue that some umpires have with the strike zone. The other thing that I find interesting, it's a really interesting question, is that the strike zone has now gone from a living, breathing organism open to interpretation to a fixed model. That's the change. So what that means is that pitchers are no longer looking to exploit or leverage umpire tendencies. The strike zone is the strike zone. The way it works is the height of every player has to be sent to Major League Baseball without the cleats on. And I think the vertically is like 57 something inches and then 17 inches across, something like that. I forget the actual numbers, but that's the strike zone. So you think of Pete Rose in the old days, Dave, how he crouched down to try and shrink the strike zone. Well, the strike zone is not where it is. It's not what it looks like when you're crouched. It's the same. You're standing up. That's the strike zone.
Right.
And so it's a fascinating issue as well, because the strike zone is driven by AI, artificial intelligence. And this is a broader discussion that we're all having, and that is relying on or leveraging AI in favor of human judgment. And this is just one other instance of it. So those are some of my preliminary thoughts, at least.
I have seen in some circles criticism of the Toronto Maple Leafs hiring a search firm to help determine, identify, and then hire whoever is going to run the hockey operations. Apologies for the voice. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's sexy. It was beautiful, actually.
What are your thoughts?
Like a little Luther Vandross. I liked it. And plus, you were getting emotional.
Yes.
You're getting very emotional.
Yeah, I am. Well, it's Keith Pelly and the Leafs, and I get that way. What are your thoughts on that? It's used elsewhere in hockey and in sports, but around the Leafs. And, I've seen some people say, why do the Leafs need an outsider to determine?
Well, I think they would have gone to an outsider irrespective of who they hired. You can go by way of a search firm. I think it's fine. It's a very corporate approach to it. And I know typically we see the hockey world is insulated and really small, but maybe in part that's kind of the issue is you brought in 2 old school guys and Trey Living as the coach. And I mean, they're as old school as it gets. Now, the Canadians did it differently, and Pelly talked about the Canadians and the Sabres in his presser, which I thought was interesting. Named some players expressly in Hage, and I don't know you can do that if that would constitute tampering. But that aside, the Canadians just relied on the NHL to provide some recommendations. I think with Jeff Gordon hired Ken Hughes and hired Bob Roth and all those guys, and those were outside the box hiring. So I think maybe that's what they're trying to do, is they're trying to determine if there are candidates out there that would help drive them to success. You look at Tulski, who's the GM of the Hurricanes. He's like Freeman in baseball. He just played, Little League effectively, but he's a math genius, and he's driven this team to success by way of analytics. And one of the issues of this team, the Hurricanes, is that they have not been a puck possession team when they crossed into the offensive zone. That seems to change a bit this year. That's why Mikko Rantanen didn't want to stay in Carolina. It wasn't because he hated North Carolina or Raleigh. He didn't want to stay because the Hurricanes were a bottom 5 team in puck possessions that crossed in the offensive zone. And for Rantanen to be successful, the puck had to be on his stick. So he went from Colorado, a top 2 team, ends up in Dallas, a top 5 team on that point. But getting back to Pelly, I think the reason some people don't love the idea is because I wouldn't characterize the press conference, which I watched, as a resounding success. It was a little bit, it just seemed a little soft to me and far too corporate. And it didn't seem as decisive as he needed it to be. And it was kind of more like a fan complaining. And Pelly didn't, and I'm sure he's a nice guy, but he didn't come across to me, based upon my worldly experience, how can I put this euphemistically, as someone perhaps that engenders a lot of trust on the hockey side. Is that maybe a nicer way to put it?
It's very nice, and I think you've nailed it.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought up the fact, like naming the Sabres and your Habs, which I kind of wanted to get to when we end here, but it's kind of funny naming like direct rivals and pointing to their success as being an issue for you and why you haven't been able to have success. I just kind of What's the point?
I thought that's such a great pointer, because I remember hearing that. I'm like, wait a minute. First of all, if you know anything about hockey, the Sabres were well constructed, and the Canadians were a team that were likely to make noise. When I was doing this Habs podcast in the preseason, I'm like, they're going to get 100 points this year, and they're at 102 points.
Yeah.
So for a competitor to declare that the team's lack of success is because other teams are successful struck me as a Jeb Bush moment.
Yes.
For
Low
me.
energy.
Thank
you.
Like that's a low energy loser type of comment. Yeah, that was really bizarre. It was an odd press conference. It wouldn't have inspired confidence for me. I think you want someone a bit more decisive and someone who seems a little bit less like the fan at the bar you talk to, and 2 minutes into it, you want to walk away because they don't really know what they're talking about. That's kind of the vibe I got. I could be wrong, but
no,
I haven't been wrong to date in 15 years, so I can't imagine I would be wrong now.
30 seconds on the Montreal Canadiens here. You got.
I'm going to do 60 seconds. Screw you.
Give me
what?
60. Yeah, sure.
Yes.
I'll do as long as I want. The Canadians. Well, I mean, you've got Suzuki going for 100 points. Caulfield stuck at 49 over 3 games. Demidov stuck at 18. Slavkovsky stuck at 29. So there's a bit of a block there. But hopefully Caulfield gets to 50, and that instance where Suzuki took the empty net goal instead of passing it on a 3-on-1 doesn't come back to haunt him. Also, would have been kind of cool if Cole Caulfield had won the Maurice Richard Trophy. There was some level of synchronicity. I think if that had happened. But the bottom line is the Canadians are in every game, it seems. Their goaltending under the new goaltending coach with Dobesh has been phenomenal. This economy of movement, which Dobesh has under this new goaltending coach. I know in Edmonton you're not really paying that much of attention, and why should you? You have your own goaltending issues. My son today said, "Man, that goalie sucks for Edmonton." I said his name is Jari. I don't know if he sucks, but I don't know. It was more of a lateral move for you guys than anything else. But the Canadians are one of the funnest teams to watch in the NHL. That, I think, you can declare that as a fact, and now it's manifesting in wins. And as a Habs fan, with 2 young boys that are 12 and 9, my biggest concern was that my oldest boy wouldn't enjoy Habs game until he was in his 20s, and that's the farthest thing from the truth now. This team is going to sustain success for a long time. A lot of their top players are under the age of 25. Hudson, Slavkovsky, Demidov, Caulfield. It's a great time to be a Montreal Canadiens fan. That was Eric, I think that was 90 seconds.
Yeah, no, as you said, you can do whatever you want. We do appreciate your appearance, though, and the time. Thank you so much, and we'll talk next Wednesday, hopefully.
I'm sorry it's so dark here. My room is so well lit. There's a lot of natural sunshine because I live, in this house with lots of windows, but it doesn't seem to translate on this platform. So I'm really sorry to you and your billions upon billions of listeners. I've enjoyed this conversation, and I will miss you, as I said, Guy, and I do love you guys more. I love you more than Keith Pelly. It's a low bar.
Yeah, that's, yes.
Apology accepted. There you go. Legal analyst Eric Macramala, brought to you, as always, by the great staff at Park Mazda and dealer principal Mitch Lewicki. Check them out today, parkmazda.ca. Good to catch up with Macramala there. Let's get to just want a reminder, if you are looking at placing a little... he mentioned all those Canadians kind of stuck at those numbers. Maybe you want to go in there and do a little flyer and a Caulfield goal or something at Play Alberta, playalberta.ca, or download the app. Use your game sense when gambling. Set a budget before you play. Stay informed. Visit GameSenseAB.ca to learn how. Remember, if you gamble, use your game sense. I think I'm putting Trevor to sleep here yet again, which seems to be a daily occurrence on the show. Let's get to that. Well, let's put him to work. We got a trivia coming up. If you want to play kind of easy trivia, text in 780-218-9999. Paris Jewelers inbox. Say, I want to play trivia, and we will pick a lucky texter coming up next. You're playing for a $25 GC to Mr. Mike's and unlocking a Club Beat Loop remix from the vault. Dave will have the questions. You need at least 3 out of 5 to secure that GC. 3 questions too many coming up as well. If you got any questions, feel free to send them in. Weekly rankings of power. Ryan Rishaug from the Got Your Back Pod, Orange and Blue Breakfast, Marmot Basin Snow Report, and the Rap for William Huff, all still to come in a busy hour 3. If you're listening on 95.7 Cruise FM, we'll do a quick traffic update from Pauline Higgins, who I saw. She was in the nasty chat, I think, talking about bubblegum cigarettes or something. But Pauline will have your traffic update. Trev's got a sports update here. It's for Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and the surrounding area since 1993. Doors, flooring, baseboards, and of course plywood. Go see the knowledgeable staff at Windsor Plywood Leduc. The Nielson Show is brought to you by Weiss Johnson. Dave Jameson in for Dustin Nielsen. Lieutenant Eric will be back in a couple seconds.
Make it 4 straight wins for the Mammoth in their first win against the Edmonton Oilers. Clayton Keller called game with the 6-5 OT winner. But the Oilers are right back at it later tonight in the Shark Tank. Be sure to catch the GCL Diesel pre- and post-game shows with Tom Gazzola and Benny Thompson. Coverage starts at 7 with puck drop at 8. 10 other games from last night. The Senators keep their playoff hopes alive, defeating the Lightning 6-2. Canadians come back to win it in a shootout 4-3 over the Panthers, make it 4 straight under Tortorella for the Golden Knights, 2-1 against the Canucks, and the Flames couldn't hold on to their lead, falling 4-3 in overtime to the Stars. Just 2 other games tonight. The Rangers host the Sabres, and Washington battles it out with the Leafs at 5:30. Over in baseball, where the Blue Jays have lost their last 6 after falling to the Dodgers 4-1. They cap off that 3-gamer later today. Dylan Cease gets the start for the Jays, while the Dodgers counter with Shohei Ohtani. First pitch at 1:07 with 14 other games on the schedule. Elsewhere from last night, the Yankees improved to 8-2 on the season, taking down the Athletics 5-3, and the Red Sox get by the Brewers 3-2. In basketball, the Raptors are back in the win column, 121-95 over the Heat, and the Thunder take down the Lakers 123-87. The Raptors have the day off, only to play the Heat once again tomorrow, and just 7 games tonight in the association. Back to hockey in the PWHL. It was the final takeover tour game of the season at Rogers Place last night that saw the Boston Fleet down the Vancouver Golden Knights 5-1. The sports update is brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and the surrounding areas since 1993. Doors, flooring, baseboards, and of course plywood. Go see the knowledgeable staff at Windsor Plywood Leduc.
Nielson Show AM Nasty. Super smooth skater, got focus in his eyes. Moves so good, makes a grown man cry. That Barry guy. Well, scoring from the blue line, scoring from the slot, scoring when he wants, cause he's got a wicked shot. Tangle to the left and tangle to the right. If you try to stop him, it'll be a long night, yeah. cause he wants a win. The team needed a D-man, so Holland brought him in. Who's that Barry guy? Super smooth skater, got focus in his eyes. Moves so good, makes a grown man cry. That Barry guy. Who's that Barry guy? Super smooth skater, got focus in his eyes. Moves so good, makes a grown man cry. That Barry guy.
Who's that Barry guy? Tyson Barry. That's a Nielson Show original goal song, and they are all brought to you by Sportball. Check them out today. Sportball.com, focusing on fun first, no pressure, just playing and learning, whether it's soccer, baseball, basketball, or football. Multi-sport programs to build confidence, and fun first is the motto there. You can use the code EST15, and you'll get 15% off select classes right now. That's at Sportball.com. Dave Jamieson in for Dustin Nielsen, who's scheduled to be back tomorrow. Lieutenant Eric, YouTube Trev with you here as well. Coming to you live from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen Studio. Get that 3-piece bone-in chicken right now for just $8. Nielsen Show, of course, brought to you by Weiss Johnson. You can check them out today as well. Weiss-Johnson.com if you're looking for a new AC or maybe some repairs on one, getting ahead of the season. Heat pump, hot water tank, garage heater, and more. You can get 15% off plus no interest for 24 months. Get a new train furnace now and get 15% off any additional mechanical system done at the same time. Text game has been fantastic today.
Yes.
Paris Jewelers Inbox has been taking a pounding. Both on last night's game. We were talking about quitting smoking earlier. We're talking about Monster Energy drinks.
Yeah.
We're talking about ideas for an Oilers kitschy themed Zamboni moving forward. All of those texts will go in, and we'll suss them out later on this hour for your Royal Pizza text of the day. Check out Royal Pizza today, 14 locations in the Edmonton area, or online at royalpizza.ca. Still need some questions for 3 questions too many if you have any, specifically taking advantage of JMO here in the host chair. Well, I was going to say Dusty will be back tomorrow.
Yes.
We'll see. Day to day.
Everyone it'll be fine.
Tell Dusty to take another couple weeks off. That way he can be rested up for the playoffs. I want more JMO that comes in from Shawnzy.
God, my voice couldn't hold up.
No, you are playing.
Today it's rough.
You need load management now. I think that's
I don't know what's happened
just
here.
sit there and
I'll just you take it from here.
As I told you before the show, I'll carry it for once. This monster is really.
Yeah, how are you doing? God, I hate that thing. The smell of it.
No, it's not good. Probably around there, maybe now.
Sure. Okay.
I want to make sure it lasts for the duration of the show here, so we can
as you would
the full juice out of it. But,
yes.
So 3 questions. If you want to flex a few in, feel free. Got a weekly rankings of power for the Ranch Golf and Country Club. That's coming up just ahead of Ryan Rishaug at around 8:30.
And Murray's back on the air, isn't he? Soon.
Yeah, he usually joins the Hangout on Monday, but his show, the EST Golf Show on Sundays, that'll be ramping up here
26,
soon. 26, okay. So we'll be looking out for that. And, of course, if you are listening to 95.7 Cruise FM and you want more of the sports programming, 6 to 6 Monday to Friday, Hello Hockey Saturdays with Tommy and Belzy. Murray's coming back with the golf show on Sundays.
It's all there.
And, of course, GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show tonight at 7, getting you set for Oilers and Sharks. Who's on the line today, Trev?
Who we got?
This is Brad.
Okay, Brad.
Brad, have you played before?
A long time ago.
Okay. So you are playing for Mr. Mike's right now. Brought to you by Feast Mode there at Mr. Mike's Steakhouse Casual. For just $39.99, you'll choose between the Emperor's Caesar salad or the rustic onion soup to start. Then add a 6-ounce sirloin with lobster butter or the grilled chicken surf combo. Feast Mode activated. You need 3 out of 5, man. We'll start the ticker after Dave reads the first question. Good luck.
Did the Oilers lose to Utah?
Yes.
What was the score in the Oilers-Utah game?
6-5.
Who did the Oilers play tonight?
The San Jose Sharks.
Does Macklin Celebrini play for the Sharks?
Yes.
Have the Blue Jays lost 6 straight?
Unfortunately, yes, they have.
I was wrong.
McDavid drops for Draisaitl. Draisaitl across. Upstairs, Chris Russell.
This is Ross. How's it going, Dusty?
What a play by Matthews. Comes back to Klefbom. He hammers it home. Oscar Klefbom.
Did you notify their parents?
Shattenkirk winds up. He scores.
Process. It was a big process for us.
Pecking away is Tucker.
There's no sex before a game. And then also what I
I just found out is if he plays too well, there's no sex after either.
Don't tell us to wait, and don't tell us to sit down.
Most likely we will get less because I had better deal 2 days ago.
Those aren't the perpetrators.
Alex Ovechkin.
I've got a few questions for you.
Talk to those agents. Talk to those agents. Talk to those agents.
I was wrong.
Yep.
Let the beat control your body. Let the beat control your body.
Iro Pakarinen.
Just open that damn cellar.
First goal of the season.
Let those two boys out of there. I'm going to tie this place up with so much litigation that your grandchildren are going to need lawyers.
Austin Matthews. Austin Matthews. With the flow like Austin Matthews. Austin Matthews. Austin Matthews. Hit him with the flow like Austin Matthews. Austin Matthews. Austin Matthews. Hit him with the flow like Austin Matthews.
There you go, a Clumpy Floop remix from the Vault there. Congratulations. Who was it on the line again? Brad. He's off to Mr. Mike's. Pardon me. I have a lot of things.
Mr.
Would you like a sip of Monster for the throat
No,
as well?
I would
feel
not.
like I should
No, I
offer
would
you.
not.
Well, the offer's there. You can decline if you want. Let's get into 3 questions too many right now for the great staff at Park Mazda and dealer principal Mitch Lewicki. Where, yeah, he's not really much of a Monster guy in that Culligan water tank. It's all Red Bull. Park Mazda, your dealer for life. He's got one of those fridges when they were delivering them all, the Red Bull girls in the car with the big can.
That was the thing.
That was such a thing. They were all over the place, hey? Getting it out there and getting you hooked. Social medias. Where can people follow you on social media, Dave?
The Dave Jamieson.
That's it.
That's it. Don't need more.
On the X?
Yes, on the X.
Trev, where can people follow you on social media?
YouTube_Trev.
And that's on
Twitter.
Facebook?
Everything.
Twitter, Instagram. The gram.
You can follow us too at Edmonton Sports Talk. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel if you are watching this morning. Pound that thumbs up too. We're on a hell of a pace. Close to changing 200. Very close right now, so that's good to see. You can follow us on Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok at Edmonton Sports Talk, and on the X at YEG. That's YEG Sports Talk. Question number 1. Does Tristan Jarry start another regular season game this season?
Yes.
I'm telling this not what you would do, but do you think that's what they will do?
Yes. Because I think from a, personnel management, just giving Ingram a night off is a prudent thing to do. However, should they? Probably not. Will they? Yes.
Yeah, it's not so much sometimes it's giving Jarry the start, but also giving Ingram
the night off.
Time. But
correct.
Yeah, Connor Ingram is well named Masterton. He's got the Oilers Masterton Trophy nominee as selected by the local NHL chapter of the PHWA this morning.
As he should be.
Congrats to him. Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah,
and Linus Olmark, and if you are so inclined, go to CFL or TSN.ca. Have a look at the story about Linus Olmark and his comments. He is the nominee, as you would expect in Ottawa. It's a good piece.
Trev, does Jarry start another game this regular season? 4 left.
Do I want him to? No, but do I think he does? Yes. I think he plays the last game of the season against the Canucks. They'll probably...
The old cupcake.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Hopefully at that point, that game doesn't really matter. They're in.
God, can you imagine a game against the Canucks on the final night of the season where it's heavy with implications? Evander comes back. That'll be emotional.
And the Canucks win.
For Trevor.
Yeah.
Big Kane guy.
Yeah.
It is National No Housework Day today. What is the chore you dread doing the most in and around home? I guess this could be indoor or outdoor. You run a tight ship.
I do run a tight ship.
And you have no one else to delegate to.
No, I do.
You keep busy.
I stay busy. I keep my feet moving. I don't like... It's not that I'm afraid of heights necessarily. I don't like doing stuff on ladders because there is a part of me that is fearful of falling. I had a friend who broke both legs putting up Christmas lights, falling, and 7 surgeries later.
No, I'll see that answer, but I'll also say that I hate that so much that I don't do it. Like I will pay money. Like I'm not going. I don't live in a high rise, but I am not going up on a ladder and going on and looking down over the eaves troughs and being like, oh.
Interesting. That was my favorite one. I love going on the ladder. The eaves troughs.
What do you dread the most, though?
What do I dread? Well, is it now or growing up?
Now. Let's go now.
Yeah.
Now, I anything in the kitchen. I don't know why. I don't like washing dishes. I think it was because I was a dishwasher for 2 years at an old folks home, and that just ruined me. It did.
Got to get done, man.
It changed me.
No days off.
You'll find over the course of a life you have to do those things all the time.
Got to suck it up, man.
Thank the Lord I have a dishwasher. I kind of just throw it in. I throw everything in there. Before I was really good. I'll wash this now. Nope. Everything. Pans, pots, frying pans.
Ball cap.
Like literally everything I
That's
can fit in my
where you're supposed to
dishwasher.
wash them.
I'm sorry. I don't like doing it.
A lot of people getting theirs in. Jasmine says ironing and steaming laundry.
Yeah, I don't do that.
Okay.
I just fold my laundry.
Yeah, I got a dryer.
Just fold it.
Or hang it up. I don't know why you need to iron and steam.
Well,
a lot
ironed.
of people.
Raised by a major. He goes,
yeah.
Here, got a minute? Yes, Dad. I'm going to show you how to iron a shirt. We're going to do this a couple of times, and then I expect you to have figured it out.
No, not a chance. Not a chance. It's not needed in this day and age.
Well, if you were going to a wedding and with yes.
But
I iron
you take
shirts.
it to the people that
I iron shirts.
Yeah, you do.
Yes.
So if I need one, I can go to you.
Yes, you can. Yes.
A lot of people agreeing with the latter, though, take.
I just don't want to break my legs.
Doing the taxes, procrastination alert.
Okay.
Pulling weeds is my least favorite. I would say, jamming, get one of those weed hounds.
Those are fun. It makes it fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is a weed hound? Have I seen those?
So it's a stick. You put it in over the weed. You press on it, and then it aerates pulls it right out by the root.
I like that.
Okay.
That's
it does make
satisfying.
pulling weeds fun, actually. It is very, when you get
It is.
Sometimes when you don't get it cut perfectly, you're like, but when you get that long root out of there.
And it just keeps coming.
Ooh. Question number 3.
Yeah.
This is fun.
Dave in Section T. We are Mike McLean days away from the Elks playing. Mike was a Golden Bear and coached the Edmonton Huskies to back-to-back national championships. Does JMO have any Mike McLean stories?
God, I don't, because I didn't work with Mike.
Pleasure meeting him last summer at a Huskies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really well regarded. Player and coach. God, I don't have, and I'm sorry.
No. Don't be sorry, because we got another one
here.
here.
Because I got a bunch of
Shanzi wants to know
stories.
Shanzi wants to know who are Dave Jamison's top 5 CFL quarterbacks of all time. Can you rifle off a 5-pack here?
All time. I'm going to go with get
personal
ready.
favorites though. Like
personal favorites.
Yeah.
Okay, Ricky Ray.
Yeah,
I worked with him. Had the honor of writing both the press release for him signing, and sadly, the release that he'd been traded. Okay, so Ricky is my number one. Didn't work with him, but obviously know his importance. Warren Moon. And I know I'm Eskimo-centric here.
Yes.
Flutie.
Nealon Green factor?
No. Sadly, worked with him. I really enjoyed Dave Dickinson as a quarterback. And really respected Anthony Calvillo.
Yeah, you got
but stylistically,
former Las Vegas posse.
I enjoyed Dunnigan's style of play, but then you realize that, was paid a heavy price for it.
Yeah. There's just...
there's a lot.
There's
you
a
say
lot.
what you want about the CFL and all of its, its shortcomings, if you believe that to be the case. Quarterbacking, there have been some pretty amazing players up this side. And Mike Riley, I can't get on the list. You said top 5.
Yeah.
Michael Riley.
But there are some, you and I like talking about the ones that don't necessarily make those lists, but there are other lists that there was a brief moment in time where if you blinked, you'd miss it, and most forget about it, but there are guys that kind of come and
Kevin
go.
Mason.
Michael Bishop.
T. Martin.
T. Martin. Bish could throw a ball 200 yards.
But receiver. You could throw it 200.
He did have plays on his wristband one game, and Ken Miller was just, he was
years ago. This name will mean nothing to you. There was a quarterback, Canadian,
Cody Ledbetter,
and not Bridges, Air Canada, guy named Eric Guthrie.
Yes,
played for the BC Lions a million years ago in the 70s. And the line was, it was a great line. He could throw a ball out of Empire Stadium. He could throw it all the way to Hastings Street outside the stadium. But the problem was there were no receivers there. So, yeah, strong arm, absolutely unable to hit it to a receiver.
Yeah, in the CFL field dimensions, obviously.
Yes.
You like that, getting it to the far side and all that, but at the same time,
Is that not the litmus test? Great, you've got a strong arm.
You can
cool,
throw that
good
thing.
for you, guy.
Yeah. Still like Reggie Slack.
Yeah.
He was built like that.
Yes, he
that
was.
Good late 90s football.
Spurgeon win.
Spurgeon win.
Come on. Was he not the guy that suffered that grievous injury at Taylorfield?
They had the ambulance come out. Scott Schultz planted him in the ground.
And the cheerleaders continued to dance around the ambulance because no one said, hey, move.
I think
they just said.
I think it was the Ricky Williams game there.
Yes.
Where my buddy brought in a joint we made. We had grass coming out of the end. It was this huge. We had to carry it. 2 people carrying this big chonger. That's three questions, Smitty, for Park Mazda. Let's get into the weekly rankings of power right now for the Ranch Golf and Country Club as well. Check them out. As we mentioned, Maria McCourt will be back with the EST Golf Show starting Sundays, April 26th.
Yes.
Thank you. But check out the Ranch, of course, the home of the EST Classic going down July 8th. So, boys, in celebration of that and golf and the Masters, I'm going over my top 10 meal ideas on my Masters menu. Now, I'll never wear a green jacket. I'll never have the opportunity to concoct a menu. But if I did, this is my fantasy lineup of a Masters menu. So you're tucking into this at the Masters supper. Number 10, we'll start with a 3-piece Popeyes bone-in chicken. Everybody gets 3.
In the little
spicy or
container.
not. Well, you'll get it served in the box. Yeah, the small little box.
Yes.
And you'll make a little chicken, and then you can kind of, feast away as you want. Maybe just eat the skin, save the meat for later, whatever you want to do.
Right.
Bone in.
We don't judge.
Yeah, but it's a good protein just to start it off.
Yeah.
Number 9, you'll then be served for your table a charcuterie board from the Italian Center shop.
Oh.
So you've eaten the chicken already.
Prosciutto.
Well, yeah, now you want a bit of a clean. You want it's kind of a fresh. The olives,
I'll take an olive, please. Thank you.
Cheese, all the meats.
Oh, bocconcini, yes.
Yeah. So a charcuterie board there. Now, going to number 8, you'll need something to wash those 2 items down.
Okay.
Might I add a 6 o'clocker lager? The attendee comes by, drops a can of 6 o'clocker lager from our great friends at Alley Cat Brewery.
Like it.
Boom. You have a nice, enjoyable lager.
I've had those.
Now you have a lot of meal to come, so you just want to have a lager, a 6 o'clock lager, just to wash down the charcuterie.
Nothing heavy.
And the chicken.
Okay.
Number 7. Now we're going to get back into medium brisket hat tricks and Firehouse subs for everybody. Everybody gets a medium sub, not a large, but you get that medium.
So that's just like cut in half.
Yep.
Wrapped up tightly in the paper.
Probably done up nice in that paper, that nice wrapping paper, and they have a nice to-go box as well at Firehouse
with the
subs.
Masters logo on it.
Absolutely.
Yes, of course.
After that, we're going to again. There's a bit of a theme here. We get the brisket, all the meat. We're going to go really and clean. So you'll be served a slice
of
spicy vegetarian pizza from Royal Pizza. And they'll come by and they'll do it up nice.
With the mango.
The maitre d' will have the towel.
With the drizzle.
And everything. Yeah, the habanero sauce.
Yes.
And he'll kind of serve it. You know how they do their arm over there?
Sure.
A slice for you, and it'll be a nice plate. And you have to eat it with a fork and knife because they're at the Masters, right? Number 5.
God, this is a feast.
Hamburger helper. You're going to get a nice dollop. And just one
like a ladleful.
One ladle. And in fact, you could even do it up. They put it in that small rice dish, and then they'll turn it over.
Yes.
And take it off. It'll be nice and formed.
Formed?
Yeah.
With the Masters logo stamped in it.
Stroganoff, cheesy, spirals, lasagna,
Matters
whatever
not.
flavor. I
It's
mean,
all good.
that we can plug and play that there.
Yes.
Number 4, a mid-dinner cigarette. Or smoke break
on the balcony.
On the balcony. Yes, because now you've taken in a lot of food and some drink, and you're feeling like I want to keep going here. We're only on the.
But I need a break.
The first course, exactly.
I need a break.
And if you don't smoke, there's a pipe room, a cigar room.
You'll smoke.
Well, they come by and they put it in your mouth. Yeah, unfiltered. Yeah. We're kind of king sized. I mean, we're really going down there.
Yeah.
Maybe roll your own, but no, the maitre d' will come by, put the cigarette in your mouth. Lighter, sir or ma'am, and
one of those long lighters. Yes.
Yeah. After that, we'll have a nice black coffee.
Oh, okay.
To go with
I
your
saw what
cigarette.
you did there.
Yeah. Now, number 2 on my top 10 meal ideas for my Masters menu.
Yeah.
Now, this is the main event. We're going feast mode for Mr. Mike's, Dave. So now this is it. You've had all your appetizers, your aperitif, or I don't know, whatever.
Yes.
So now you get the feast mode. This is the main event.
Sure.
Mr. Mike's Steakhouse Casual. So you can choose. They'll come up to you and say, hey, sir,
feast mode.
Emperor Caesar salad or the rustic onion soup? And you can choose between that.
Okay.
And then you get the choice of the 6-ounce sirloin with lobster butter or the grilled chicken surf combo.
Ooh.
And then you look up to the serving and say, feast mode activated. And
But also, they bring it to you on a super large menu. Like the big, you sometimes get, and I haven't seen their current menu.
Pictures, words, the whole bit. It's all laid out there.
Yes.
And the number one in the top 10 meal ideas for my master's menu, and of course, this would be kind of, you're getting into dessert territory here.
Yeah.
Coolers provided, coolers full of sugar-free Monster Energy drink. I think to kind of, you might be a tad lethargic after this long meal, and you want to get partying in tonight. We're now looking at maybe
And those
8,
are out
9
on the
o'clock.
balcony.
They're all over the place.
And you just
on
reach
ice.
into a big icy.
Yeah, you can smoke another one if you want, but you're encouraged. Take some home for the kids. You can have a to-go bag. So it's the Monster Energy drink, sugar-free, which is your top.
Yes,
and the
please
dessert.
note that. It is sugar-free, kids. And then you just pass out.
Or stay up all night.
Guys are fighting out on the putting green.
Topless.
Yes.
Rolling around out there.
Yeah.
Nobody allowed back ever again.
No.
So that's your weekly rankings of power for the Ranch Golf and Country Club. We got Ryan Rishaug coming up next. Let's break now and give him a little time. Want to mention Hour 3 as well, brought to you by GD Liquidators, Auctions, and Appraisals. You mention ESD, you get 5% off anything new or used. Don't miss their monthly online auctions. You can go to gdliquidators.com. They're Canadian-owned and operated. Make them your first call, 780-447-2787, or you can check them out, 14510 124th Avenue. We will get you set as well for Oilers and Sharks night. We'll have an orange and blue breakfast, albeit briefly, on the final half hour here of the Nielson Show. Of course, Hangout coming up next, 9 to 11 here on EST. Jasmine probably in today, hey, I would assume.
I'm thinking so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Belsey maybe. Jasmine Belsey.
Yeah, that's kind of your Wednesday.
I think so.
Wednesday go there. So orange and blue breakfast to come. We'll have a Marmot Basin snow report and the wrap for William Huff all still to come. But Ryan Rishaug should be joining us just around the bend here from the Got Your Back pod. We'll wrap up last night's game in Utah and set up tonight's in San Jose with Shoggy. First, a sports update here. With YouTube Trevor, we'll let you know about this event. Sports Update brought to you by Edmonton Sports Talk Bids for Kids event presented by GS Construction. In support of kids sport, you can join Gene Principe, Mark Conley, and Dustin Nielsen, among others, Tuesday, April 14th, 5:30 to 9 for a live hot stove, delicious buffet, silent auction, and more. Get your tickets today at kidsportbidsforkids.com. Dave Jameson in for Dusty today. Lieutenant Eric here. Trev's got the sports update. If you're listening on 95.7 Cruise FM, a quick traffic break, Pauline Higgins, and we'll be right back here on the Nielsen Show, brought to you by Weiss Johnson.
The Utah Mammoth have officially secured their first win in franchise history against the Orange and Blue, as Clayton Keller called game with the 6-5 overtime winner. It's a fourth straight victory for the Red Hot Mammoth. No time to dwell for the Oilers, though. The road trip continues as they head into the Shark Tank to face the Sharks. Be sure to catch the GCL Diesel pre- and post-game shows with Tom Gazzola and Benny Thompson. Coverage kicks off at 7 o'clock with puck drop at 8. Around the NHL from last night, Ottawa kept the playoff dream flickering with a dominate 6-2 win over the Lightning. Montreal erased a lead to take down the Panthers in a 4-3 shootout victory. Make it 4 in a row for the Golden Knights under John Tortorella after edging the Canucks 2-1. And Calgary let the lead slip away, eventually falling 4-3 in OT to the Stars. Tonight's slate, a quiet night with just 2 other games. The Rangers host the Sabres, and the Capitals take on the Leafs at 5:30. On the diamond is a tough stretch for the Blue Jays, who have now dropped 6 straight after a 4-1 loss to the Dodgers. The Jays look to salvage the series finale this afternoon in a massive pitching duel. Dylan Cease takes the mound for Toronto, while the Dodgers counter with Shohei Ohtani. First pitch at 1:07. Elsewhere, the Yankees are rolling at a 8-2. Rolling at 8-2, after a 5-3 win over the A's, while the Red Sox edge the Brewers 3-2. In the NBA, the Toronto Raptors found the win column in a big way, dismantling the Heat 121-95. They'll get the day off before a rematch with Miami tomorrow. And OKC makes a statement with a 123-87 blowout win over the Lakers. Finally, the PWHL took center stage at Rogers Place last night for the final takeover tour stop of the season. It was all Boston Fleet in this one, cruising to a 5-1 win over the Vancouver Golden Eyes. The Sports Update is brought to you by the Edmonton Sports Talk Bids for Kids event presented by GS Construction in support for Kidsport. Join Gene Principe, Mark Connolly, Dustin Nielsen, among others, on Tuesday, April 14th from 5:30 to 9 for live hot stove, delicious buffet, silent auction, and more. Get your tickets today at www.kidsportbidsforkids.com. I'm YouTube Trev. You're up to date.
Needs a hero. Goaltending as well. Topic of conversation, as are a lot of points to hit with this Oilers team, as we'll be discussing next with Ryan Rishaug. He'll join us on the Firehouse Subs hotline. Dave Jamieson in for Dustin Nielsen this morning. Lieutenant Eric, YouTube Trev as well. Here on EST, presented by Play Alberta. And, of course, the Nielson Show brought to you by Weiss Johnson. We'll have an orange and blue breakfast coming up as well in a couple minutes. Marmot Basin Snow Report and the wrap for William Huff, all still to come. But we bring in Ryan Rishaug this morning, Firehouse Subs hotline. Ryan, are you back home or are you still on the road?
Oh, you got me now?
Yep.
Yes.
You got me now. No, I'm top floor of Mom's house. This is a coffee she had waiting for me when I came up this morning. Dave Parker gave me that. Says, "Don't worry, I got your back."
Yeah.
Oh, I like.
That's nice.
Always branding.
So I come up for coffee and toast and a visit with Mom before I head back down to the basement for my my days of gaming, 8 to 10 hours of gaming. So that's my life right now.
With a Monster Energy drink, I might add, that Eric is sampling.
Are you still rocking Ghost Recon?
No, it's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've dug in on any of that. Actually, I don't know. I hope I haven't matured through it. I hope I'm going to get back to it because I do miss it.
It always pulls you in every once in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I say the same thing.
Let's get into last night. Thoughts on last night? Utah getting it in overtime. The Oilers do get a point in this Pacific race, but your overall thoughts following a sloppy one out in Utah.
Oh, you took the word I was going to use, sloppy. Like this team, it's 3 games in a row where they kind of haven't been on that game they found.
Yeah.
Remember, guys, they found that game and we were all talking about it. We're like, oh, okay, there it is.
Yeah.
You're going to defend like that. Not giving up very much early in games. Everybody looking good, avoiding the big mistake, all that stuff that was happening during that winning streak. And then towards the tail end of the winning streak, it was like, oh, that slipped a little. And then the first loss, it was like, oh, boy, yep. Okay, is that a one-off or is that what this team is? And then it happened again. So the details that they were dialed in so much on before have definitely slipped. They've got to figure out a way to get back to it. A couple of really tough performances last night. I thought Rostovic struggled and made some mistakes. Bouchard, same thing. There were a bunch of guys. I think it could have been a better night from Tristan Jarry too. So not ideal to give up that many goals and for them to have kind of slipped this far away from a game they felt was repeatable heading towards the playoffs. They need to repeat it. They need to find it and repeat it again here somewhere.
Well, and I asked Noodles earlier today, like what we always have points of the season, American Thanksgiving, post-deadline, yada, yada. But what would be the identity of this team right now with 4 games left in the regular season? Is it more of the former or of what we've seen of late of the latter?
Yeah, their identity right now is wounded. That would be their identity. They're playing without 2 incredibly important players, and they're just trying to make a go of it while they're wounded. I mean, without Zach Hyman and Leon Draisaitl, this forward group is a shadow of what it should be, and that's just because it's not ripping everyone else. It's a compliment to just how impactful those players are. And so right now, what can realistically be expected of the group? Better details than they showed, I would say. Draisaitl and Hyman aren't going to, they're not going to fix some of the defensive miscues that other players are letting slip into their game right now. But I would say it's just, it's patchwork on lines 2 through 4. It's just a power play that is struggling to gain the zone and have possession time in the offense. We never say that about the Oilers power play.
No.
McDavid's still the guy on the entries, but they couldn't even get into the zone last night, let alone set up and move it around. Now, of course, McDavid had the beautiful goal, and I think you kind of felt like maybe that takes some pressure off a power play that's been struggling. And then their power play did nothing for the rest of the night. So it kind of sapped their momentum, if anything. So yeah, they're kind of in survival mode here a little bit without those two. I know fans don't want, to say that those are excuses and such, but that just is what it is.
We haven't seen a lot of Doc for obvious reasons, but we saw him last night, and I'd like your assessment of that player and perhaps what might be there in the future.
Yeah, so he strikes me as a guy that sat there and watched the last 11 or 12 games thinking about how he could make himself stand out, right? When you watch this Oilers team and you're thinking, how can I make sure I'm in the lineup for the playoffs? That's what you're thinking if you're Colton Dach. How can I get back and get noticed and make sure that I'm in? And it looked like he had a few weeks to sit there and process that. And then when he came back in the lineup, he gets a nice opportunity, right? With Dickinson and Frederick, I think was his line.
Yeah.
Listed as the third line. I would say, sure, third line in this lineup. But he went out with purpose. He skated fast. I like the guy's wheels. He finished every check that he had the opportunity to finish, which I like. Didn't he have a great opportunity on his first shift and missed? So that it's like he was shot out of a cannon and kind of wobbled a little there. But Dave, he played like a guy that understands he needs to stand out in a lineup full of bottom six forwards that are pushing, because they are. There's a lot of guys in the bottom six that are trying to make a case for themselves to be in the lineup night one. Even, he takes a hard run at one of their better players, and then he stands in there ready to take any fights that come, and nothing did. Like, just that kind of stuff makes you stand out in this group.
So second of a back-to-back tonight down in San Jose. Given what you said earlier with, the lack of identity or trying to find it, what would be the recipe for success tonight against a Sharks team who has, risen to the occasion every time they played this year?
Yeah. It's going to be about limiting the big mistakes, and it's going to be about cutting the defensive miscues out of their game. They're still scoring some goals. So I feel like they're still going to be able to get their goals, and they're getting some help from throughout their lineup right now. But I really think this is about trying to, whether they win or lose this game tonight, the Oilers need to play like a 3-1 game or a 3-2 game or a 2-1 game or something like that late in the season here. Like, it's gotten way too loose. So I would say just show that commitment to defending the way you're going to need to when the puck drops in the playoffs. Like, they need to have that be their default mode instead of kind of coming out and being like, well, what's in store for everyone tonight? Like, let's just see.
Yes.
They need that commitment to it really early. And I think if they can get back to that, let that be the consistent thing over the next couple of games. I feel like the last 2 games of the regular season might kind of be throwaways. I'm not sure expectation-wise, how many guys will play, what that'll look like. But on this road trip, while they're trying to get that X next to their names, while they're playing these teams, they need to find that. They gotta tighten this thing up. It's too loose.
If you were looking ahead to a round one opponent, and maybe it is the Utah Mammoth, how would you think they would fare against those two teams, given what we saw last night?
Yeah.
If you were to, go up against Utah, a team that I think I'd love to see that matchup. Many others obviously would like to see Vegas, but I find it an intriguing head-to-head.
Yeah, well, you heard Jack and the guys on the broadcast talking about how much fun it was and how entertaining it was. So for sure. So talking about potential opponents, right? Like, if I'm the Oilers right now, the one I probably want to avoid Like, I don't like the idea of hitting the postseason potentially without Leon Draisaitl and facing Vegas in the first round. That's the formula that I think could be dangerous for them, because Vegas will be rejuvenated after their coaching change. Their star players seem to be re-engaged. And I would not want to go hurtling into a series with a team like Vegas that has the firepower that they have without Leon Draisaitl and with a limping power play. That could be a recipe for no good. I mean, if he doesn't start the series, you'd be down 2-0, heading out on the road like that, because Vegas could be that good. So I would put them kind of near the bottom of the list in terms of what you'd probably want to avoid. Then it comes down to Anaheim and it comes down to Utah. And we've been discussing this on our show. I think an Anaheim series would be a lot of fun, right? Some of the best young stars in the game, super exciting. They've got really good goaltending. Utah is fast, but they don't have great goaltending. So I would think that the series against Utah would be the most preferable for the Oilers because they've got that guy's number. They're young. A lot of their guys haven't done it before. Whereas Anaheim has some of those guys. They've got a little veteran grit in their lineup. So I would say least wanted would be Vegas. Number 2 would be Anaheim, and Utah would be the one you'd be. I'm with you guys. I think it'd be tons of fun to watch.
And speaking of goaltending, and justifiably or not, a lot of fans want Tristan Jarry thrown into the sun or on that Artemis 2 mission where they circle around the moon, as somebody suggested. But probably one more game for him. I mean, you're going to need to. He hasn't gotten back to what he should be or could be right now. You're looking at maybe the final one against the Canucks or something along those lines. You did mention, those final 2 when things are kind of said and done, but probably one more for him here down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, his last couple of starts were decent. And then last night, I didn't like the shorthanded one off the rush. Right? I think he got beat clean from distance. I didn't love that one. Overtime, looked like he was trying to peek around a screen, kind of ended up down a little bit. It's a great shot. It's just a great shot up top on a power play after a tough sequence from Matty Savoy. So, he wasn't great last night, but I'm not sitting here going all progress with Tristan Jarry has been lost. There has been progress with him. There had to be. He was just that bad before. But I just think of course you give him another chance here before the playoffs. You roll him out once or twice more, and you try and let him continue what was positive momentum. Goalies let him bad goals. It happened to Jarry. Let's see how he bounces back, because they were getting it back with him just a little bit. It was coming back around. Yeah. And so, you do your best not to let one game derail it. I mean, we had people last night, my goodness, on our chat. It was like, everyone was talking about Calvin Pickard. Pickard.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
It's so Tristan Jarry, you've got under contract. He's the guy you're paying a crap ton of money to next season. And you're going to bypass him to bring a guy in who may not even be in the league next year. You're going to kick his feet out from underneath him to that extent. He's finding his game here late in the season. You've got him. You got to just try and work him in. And I just don't see a scenario where they say, sorry, Tristan, you step to the side. Calvin Pickard, who, by all accounts, not like he's been killing it in the minors, is going to come in and do this. I just don't see that. I don't think it's realistic. Maybe I'm totally off base. And goaltending is a point of contention with fans, right? They're frustrated, understandably so, but that doesn't seem practical to me. You're going to have to live with this guy to a degree. So to have him here, pay him all this money, and not have him be the next guy waiting for the playoffs, to me, it doesn't make sense.
Agreed, Ryan. What's coming up on the pod here?
We got a Struddy's World today from 12 to 1 o'clock. So that's live on our channels. I think Jack Michaels will be checking in from on the road. And then I got your back post game tonight, and we'll drop a Ray and Dregs tomorrow. So, we got lots of content coming, and a busy week. And, of course, I'll be finding my usual stuff on TSN, Sports Center, and TSN.ca.
All the best to the family, and enjoy the gaming today.
All right. Sounds good, guys. We'll talk soon. Good to see you, J-Mo.
That's Ryan Rishaug, TSN, Got Your Back Pod, joining us, as always, Wednesday around this time. We appreciate his time on the Firehouse Subs hotline. Check them out today. Firehouse Subs, 15 locations to serve you in and around the greater Edmonton area. Let's get into your orange and blue breakfast right now quickly for GCL Diesel. Providers of the best diesel engine components around, from turbochargers to injectors, fuel pumps to sensors. They are the critical engine component experts, proud to serve Edmonton and Northern Alberta area for over 50 years. And, of course, we will have a pregame show later tonight. Tom Gazzola, 7 o'clock, taking you to Puck Drop, the GCL Diesel pregame show, and breaking it all down afterwards on the GCL Diesel postgame show. When it comes to the Oilers, going over lines here, McDavid, Podkolzin, Savoy, Nuge, Kapanen, Roslovic, Dickinson, Doc, and Frederick.
As it should be.
Which we've been falling in love with here. You'll love to see that. Henrique, Lazar, and Jones on a fourth line. Ekholm, Bouchard, Nurse, Murphy, Wallman, Emberson, your pairings. Maybe, just maybe, a few other names find their way in. A Stastny tonight, or what was it, Owen Michaels? They had a good
saw him in the interview
with Gene. That was a good. He seems like a gamer, hey?
Very
just the way
astute.
he talks. Yeah,
very
yeah.
astute
Yeah.
gentleman.
Very polished.
Yeah, he talks
very
good
polished.
for a hockey guy there.
I agree.
Connor Ingram between the pipes tonight for the San Jose Sharks, the host Sharks, of course. Macklin, Celebrini, centering Graf and Smith. Wenberg, Eklund, and Sherwood. Misa, Toffoli, and Chernyshov. Ostapchuk, Delandria, and Goudreau, your fourth line. Pairings, Orlov, Desharnais, Vincent. Makumadulin, Ferraro, and Dickinson, Leddy on the back end. And in net here, it looks listed as Nedeljkovic. For the injuries, guys who aren't tough enough to play hockey tonight, for the Sharks, Ryan Reeves and John Klingberg listed as day-to-day. And for the Oilers, Janmark, Draisaitl, and Hyman obviously all still out. Key to an Oiler victory tonight. Dave, where are you going?
Go back to the team you used to be a week ago.
A week ago. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just return to that form of what you were. Shed this skin and slide back into the old skin.
You want to see that play, and as Rishaug pointed out, I mean, results go a long way, yes, but you do want to see them getting back into that play, whatever that might
Win
look like.
games 2-1.
Yeah.
Don't entertain us.
Trev, do you have a different key to an Oiler victory tonight to add to the chain?
No, I feel like they took the foot off the pedal yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
They had the lead how many times? And they lost it how many times, right? So
anyone can take a lead, but you have to hold the lead.
Hold the lead.
Hey,
Hold the lead. And this Sharks team, I don't think, is nearly as dangerous as the Mammoth. So, yeah, I just don't be afraid to keep playing your game. That's what I feel like they just sat back way too much. Especially in the third. Sorry.
Oilers victorious in overtime against the Sharks end of January. Sharks getting one on the Oilers while we were in Mexico 5-4, and Edmonton winning back here mid-March 5-3. So the final meeting in the regular season between these two. It'll probably be like, I know in terms of opening round matchups, you're either playing the Mammoth or the Ducks at this point.
Looking like it. Yeah.
I don't see a scenario. Now, again, 4 games left, and we're all familiar with the Pacific this year.
That's a lot of orange, eh? If it's the Ducks, like there's a sensory overload.
Yeah, turn down the TV
orange.
tint.
Whoa.
Like, get that. Ooh, got to wear shades. But I mean, I don't know the way the Golden Knights are playing, and the Oilers. You know, as of late, as a whole, you would like either one of them to kind of maybe get that top spot. The Ducks have been fading, although they have been streaky this year. They've turned it on or turned it off in big ways. So, yes, they are still firmly in the mix. I get that points-wise. But just looking at trends here, maybe you do avoid an opening round with the Golden Knights since one of either the Ducks or the Mammoth. So pick your choose there. Just going off, again, Sharks last time coming off a win against the Blackhawks the other night. They're 5-4-1 in their past 10. Oilers 6-3-1, looking to snap a 2-game slide in which a regulation loss and an overtime loss last night. That is your GCL Diesel Orange and Blue breakfast. Let's get into your Marmot Basin snow report, shall we?
We shall.
There it is. Hot off the press. Thanks very much to Cam out there at Marmot Basin. He says, "Morning, Dustin. We received 10 centimeters over the past 2 days, adding to what has been an exceptional spring of snowfall. There's still lots of fresh snow to be found and lots of sun in the forecast. Spring skiing is here and the sun feels good. Lots of events coming up, including our slope party with DJ group Ski Tour. They're playing on April 25th. Lots of spring deals as well in place, including anyone with any season pass to any resort in North America. You can receive 50% off for the remainder of the season. So once again, anywhere in North America, you got a season pass, bring it in, 50% off for the remainder of the season. all up there. For more information, skimarmot.com is where you can go. I can attest, lots of snow up there. Didn't get up to the mountain, but still
you looked
looking.
up at it.
I looked up at it, nice and white, looking great, and of course the spring weather does help in a big way there. So skimarmot.com for more. That is your Marmot Basin snow report. Let's get into the wrap right now for William Huff. If you want your place to look as good as ours, why wouldn't you visit williamhuff.com? In business since 1952. So Bruce Simpson and the team, they are incredible what they do. williamhuff.com. Well,
here we are.
Another day, another dollar, Dave, and another show with you. Now, we don't know. We'll take it hour by hour to whether Dustin might return tomorrow, but I want to say...
Game time decision. Stay ready is what Matty said. And as Will Fraser...
Will Fraser's always ready. He calls you every day.
And he says, Dave, I'm going to tell you a couple of things about EST. And I go, okay, Will, please tell me more.
2 hours later when you get off the phone.
And he says, Dave, just stay ready. And what he means by that is do your prep, get to bed, get the rest.
Get your vitamins, minerals.
And then get ready.
May I also
because they'll call you
one of these puppies? If you
No, you could suggest, but I won't have one.
You know, I still have about like this much to go. I've
savor it. Oh, here we go.
Or tough to chug. Yeah. Somebody suggested putting them in the freezer, and then you get a nice slushy.
I see. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah. What did we learn on the show today, boys? Orange and blue and orange.
Yeah, I gotta be better with
on a lot
copper.
of things, but yes, copper and blue. Yes.
The copper and the blue and copper.
That's just added to the list.
Yes.
Rishaug still living with his mother
upstairs now, though.
Upstairs, he got the bump.
He's
got the.
He'll be in the attic next week.
The mother bump.
Hell of a renovation he's doing at his regular. And I know those things take more time than anyone would like. But to be out
for like 2 weeks,
he's like the Tampa Bay Rays.
It's a major deal. Probably gutting the place, eh? All that shag carpeting, they're just ripping it out of there. Probably going hardwood floor, eh?
Have one of those studios like Sid Cicero.
Sure. Oh, I imagine the studio's probably getting. Oh, maybe this is just studio related. Like, and we got to be out of there to.
No egg cartons for him.
Yeah, just tons of semi-trailers pulling in.
Yeah.
Blocking off the road.
Jamie McLennan likes continental breakfast. That's another thing I'm taking away.
Pre-workout shake.
Yeah.
It's the same.
Post-workout shake.
And a little dry cereal out of those mini boxes.
And he's in a hotel right now.
Yes.
He's the hotel life. Let's get to your sound of the day as well. A Club Beat Loop remix unlocked from the vault courtesy Brad?
Yes, that's the way he said it.
I was wrong.
McDavid drops for Draisaitl. Draisaitl across. Upstairs, Chris Russell.
This is Ross. How's it going, Dusty?
What a play by Matthews. Comes back to Klefbom. He hammers it home. Oscar Klefbom.
Did you notify their parents?
Jack Kirk winds up. He scores.
The process. It was a big process for us.
Hecking away is Tucker.
There's no sex before a game. And then also what I've just found out is if he plays too well, there's no sex after either.
Don't tell us to wait. And don't tell us to sit down.
Most likely we will get less. Because I had better deal 2 days ago.
Those aren't the perpetrators.
Alex Ovechkin.
I've got a few questions for you.
Talk to those agents. Talk to those agents. Talk to those agents. I was wrong. Yep.
Let the beat control your body. Let the beat control your body.
Iro Pakarinen.
Just open that damn cell.
First goal of the season.
Let those 2 boys out of there. I'm going to tie this place up with so much litigation that your grandchildren are going to need lawyers.
Austin Matthews. Austin Matthews. Hit him with the floor like Austin Matthews. Austin Matthews. Austin Matthews. Hit him with the floor like Austin Matthews. Austin Matthews. Austin Matthews. Hit him with the floor like Austin Matthews.
That is your sound of the day. Another Club Beat Loop remix from the vault, unlocked by Brad on Kinda Easy Trivia this morning. Let's get to your Royal Pizza text of the day. Royal Pizza Still making it great. Part of my top 10 meal ideas on my master's menu for weekly rankings.
If you were the winner.
If I was. It's all fantasy. This isn't going to
Okay.
happen. But it could.
Yep.
Maybe at the EST Golf Classic here in July.
Changing 200.
Oh, baby.
Come on.
I want to thank everyone as well for putting up with us while Dustin Nielsen is away. I know it's tough, but thank you very much for watching this morning, pounding that thumbs up.
A little something. We never apologize. Yes, Dustin's important, but you know what? I know.
Should I take it back?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not sorry for anything.
No.
This is
He's
my
been
job.
away
I have
and-
to do it. I have no choice, really.
No, you don't.
Yeah, but text of the day, there's lots to pick through here.
Yeah. Fertile ground today.
Well, yeah, we're growing something.
Yes, we are.
Okay, so there's Matt Carmel intros, as always, on a Wednesday.
Yeah. Cut like a knife.
And I love people sending them in. I don't just think they make the cut today, but I'll read three of them to you. This will be like a play-in.
Okay.
Van Vandervan, EST legal analyst and guy who once asked David Blaine if he came up with the nickname Mind Freak after making the Statue of Liberty disappear, then yada, 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 defeated the Dark Wizard to return to his dimension, Eric Macramala. We then have Chris S., EST legal analyst, a man who carries around pieces of crust to put on sandwiches on sides where no crust is present for him and others, Eric Macramala. Then Coach Mike, EST legal analyst and guy who's booking a vacation to the dark side of the moon, Eric Macramala. Do any of those play into the main tournament here?
I'll be candid. As creative as they are, I don't think so. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
What say you?
Someone's got to be Simon Cowell.
So out of those three, we're
do any of them
picking
do them and get into the final round here? Because we got some other humdingers.
No, I don't think so. Sorry.
No, they don't advance. Sorry.
Usually, Macramel intros on some Wednesdays they do.
Yeah.
Today, you're out of here. So let's go to these. Brandon from Windsor. Let's see if he can complete 4:30-ish this morning.
Windsor Warlocks.
Jari should have caught a lift with Artemis 2 and got dropped off on the dark side of the moon. So instead of firing him into the sun, as a lot of people said, he's taking him to the moon. And you've been following
And
Artemis
it's
2.
timely, topical.
Timely and topical.
Right.
But he got a long play. Doing that at 4:30. You might want to put that in your pocket and send it in now, like that type of thing.
Yeah.
Anyways, Brandon from Windsor there.
Hi, Brandon.
Fellas, goal song for Doc Star by Nickelback. That text comes in unsigned.
I like it. I'm picturing the music video right now.
A lot of flames in it. And Chad Kroger pointing at us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Vance Van Vandervan again. McDavid's head shake after the shorty was because he knew John Cooper would be so disappointed in him. Again, pulling off the Cooper connection there.
Yes.
Kind of like that.
Never let it go.
Then we got 2 for the idea that you hatched here, Dave. What would the Oilers play on a Zamboni look like after the, what was it, the Mammoth last night out in Utah?
Yeah, which was very creative.
I love it. I love that.
It's great.
I think I like this. Yeah.
We had 2 that I narrowed down. And great submissions, but I narrowed it down to 2 there. So you got your pick of Doc Star. You got your pick of sending Jari to the moon. You got McDavid and the Cooper text. Then you got these 2. Tails. Just a Zamboni of Stauffer. Simple, concise, word count, magnificent, to the point. And then you've got Late Night Lenny. It's only logical to get a lifted truck that rolls coal during the intermission. The fans would love it.
I'm going to go Stauffer because
he'd love it.
Well, yes,
Just have
as
him
you
drive
would.
the Zamboni. You don't even need to add any costumery.
He does his hit.
Just him on the Zamboni.
He just has his headset while he's
getting progressively angrier. As the process went on.
Me there.
The worst Oilers
But
play.
just the idea of Stauf's face as the front of the Zamboni makes me giggle like a young girl.
Yeah.
I like this.
People flashing in the background as he makes the turn. You know?
Well, sure, there's all sorts of ways
Lots
it
of
can
stuff
go.
going on there, yeah.
Right. I
like
just
that
thought
one
a
too.
massive F-150 would have spoken well
that's
to the
what
market we're in.
Late
which
Night
is
Lenny
really,
had the truck with the thing. I
the
mean, that's,
dualies and a lot of it. Yeah.
So good text there, Late Night Lenny, but it's going to Tails. Just a Zamboni of Stauffer. Chef's kiss.
Love it.
End of story.
The Stauf Zoni.
The Stavzoni.
Zoni, yeah.
Or the Zam Stauffer.
Whatever. And you're a member of the Staufia.
This has been Hour 3 of the Nielsen Show, and it's been brought to you by GD Liquidators Auctions and Appraisals. Mention EST, get 5% off anything new or used. Don't miss their monthly online auctions. GDLiquidators.com, Canadian owned and operated. Make them your first call at 780-447-2787, or check them out, 14510 124th Avenue. That'll do it for the Nielsen Show. Enjoy tonight. Oilers Sharks will get you set throughout the day if you are listening on 95.7 Cruise FM. Back to music right now, but if you want more sports talk throughout the day, head to Edmonton Sports Talk. .com. Hangout coming up next. Blink 182. I've never minded this song. Damn it. That's a good song. Takes me back. It's a classic for me.
Sure.
So Maddie's coming up. Tommy, Jasmine, Belzy in the Hangout here on your Wednesday. Keep it locked on EST throughout the day as we get you set for Oilers and Sharks. For YouTube, Trev. For Dave Jamieson.
We think.
Love you, J-Mo.
Yes.
Well, hey.
Back at you, brother.
See you tomorrow. I'm
be.
Lieutenant Eric. Have a great day. Enjoy the game tonight. I will talk to you tomorrow.